Well, good evening, everybody. I just got back from flying a ship, so I'm a little off kilter here, but give me a minute. Go lay down. Get there, lay down. Lay down.
Howdy.
Hey, how you doing, Dominic?
Oh, good yourself?
Another day in paradise.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
I just got back from doing a ship, and that's why I'm kind of behind a little bit here, but
Mm.
tis what it
Yeah,
is,
I,
right?
yeah, I was watching one just before you started.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Justin, how you doing?
How's my mic
uh,
sound?
could
You're
be
a
a
little
little loud.
quiet.
What about now?
That's better.
Ah, perfect.
Okay.
Hello, Frank,
Well,
TJ, Brenda,
I bought a new
Russ.
mouse.
Oh, you
Oh,
did?
great.
I got a
Good
new
news.
Corsair mouse I went ahead and bought their headset too.
Hello,
Oh, yeah.
Brenda, Giggles, Frank,
I wanted to try out the
Russell.
headset. I can't, like, I really wanted to get that, the, Razer mouse that, what was it, the steel that, Jason just got,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I can't leave the ecosystem. I got to stay in the same ecosystem.
Oh, okay. Why'd you yell at me?
Yeah, it's all about brand loyalty. Once you get one, you stick with it. We stick with the whole lot.
Okay, you tell me, was that a real one or no?
Real what?
Wants to be admitted. Nicker Jones.
I'm not a co-host, so I don't know.
I can make you a co-host.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. Okay,
Wait,
I'll
hold
have a
on.
look.
What's going on? Who's trying to get in?
Nicker Jones.
No,
Nicker.
don't let him in. Don't let him in. Kick him out.
How do I
Remove.
kick him out?
Go to the
I've
three
got
little
it.
dot. Because if it's not somebody, if it's somebody we know, they need to come into the chat and say they're trying to get in.
Yeah.
Because their blue wrench will verify that it's them.
Done. They're out.
They're just fucking trolling the shit out of Paul's channel. So,
Got him.
all right.
Oh, you got rid of him, Dominic?
Yep. That's why I said make me co-host.
That I made both of you co-hosts. I thought I did already, but I'm getting a little bit behind because I was late getting here, you know?
And you got to be careful too, because they're using people's names in the chats too. So
Yep.
you got to be mindful of that as well.
There he is again.
No, just ignore it. Just don't hit deny. Paul, you might need to stop putting your link in the chat and start sending it out in either emails or something. Or just send it to like one of us that can send it out to everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Whoever you are, write something in the chat and tell us who you are.
Yeah, you might have to stop putting the link in the chat,
LOL.
and we'll just pass the link around to each other if they want to get on. Because all of us either have each other's emails or they're on Messenger. So
Yeah, links. And it's always the same. It's been the same link for a while now.
oh, you might need to change that though.
Yeah, should change it and then circulate it.
David's gonna have to help him do that, Birdman, because I don't know how to change the link on Zoom. I've never done it before.
Yeah.
What's up,
You're most
Al?
welcome, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
And also look for their logos too, Dominic, when they're coming in.
Yep.
What
It's
what
got a
what,
blue
is,
link,
what,
so
is,
I
what
take
was the
it's
name
Joe.
that guy tried to use? Nick or what?
NICKHERJO. Nicker, I wrote it down.
Nicaragua, something like that.
Hey, there's Joe. He's okay. Should we let him in?
We hope so.
Hold on.
I've let,
Yeah,
I've,
that's Joe. Watch him come on, just fucking ass hanging out.
Hello,
Gosh,
Joe.
kick
there
him.
he is.
It's an ass on the screen.
Yeah.
Well, was he? Did he get in again today?
He almost did, but Dominic got him out before he turned his camera on.
Yeah.
It was some Nicholas dude trying to get in. But what I told Paul is he needs to get up with David because David's most familiar with Zoom. Maybe help him change the link, and then we need to start sending the link out privately instead of putting it in the chat. That way, Paul don't have to worry about that anymore. But there's a way to change your link and set it to a new permanent link. So. No, we can't use the ones from the previous lives, TJ, because that's the whole point. If you want to lock the meeting up, you can't be using an old link that anybody can go back and grab.
Right.
But there's a new way to set a brand new link from scratch.
Yeah.
So only the people that it's emailed to or sent to a messenger will get it.
Yep. Go.
What's the kids doing? I see they're bugging you. There, see it.
Nicky
There he is
Jones,
again.
there it is again.
Yeah, don't open it.
How do you
If-
completely block someone?
Well, he's at least not only an idiot, but he's a persistent idiot.
You can, no matter how many times you report them to fucking Zoom, Zoom don't do nothing.
Man, Zoom
Yeah.
knows shit.
You think after 2 or 3 times of reporting them, Zoom would just be like, okay. Yeah, see, I'm not sure, Neil. You might be right about that. I said David Birdman, he's more familiar with Zoom than I am.
Hey, blind man.
I've
Hey,
never
Neil.
really- never really dove
What's up,
into the
Neil?
settings that deep. I'm just assuming David might know because he uses Zoom a lot.
Hello, Lance.
Lance.
Hey, Lance, that's expected out of the Neo.
Yeah, I know Zoom has gotten a lot stricter on their security protocols, but why they don't block somebody after you done asked them to remove them twice and reported them? Why Zoom doesn't just block them from being able to come in at all?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Must be some way of, just blocking
Well,
them.
and the other thing too is I don't think they should be able to go live unless they're in the chat.
Oh,
Wait, hold on,
definitely.
what?
They
No,
shouldn't
no.
be able to get on a live panel if they're not already writing in the chat. Because that Nicker dude didn't do anything in the
Well,
chat.
there he goes again.
Yeah, it's the same person.
Yeah,
It's the same avatar. Bye-bye.
just completely hide them from the channel. Not even.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah. Okay. Somebody hit him already. Okay. Dominic's
I've
got
given
him.
him.
Don't give him a timeout. Just fucking hide him. Then he'll be permanently blocked. It's the same stupid ass channel from the other day.
Okay.
We didn't block him the other day. Jared Dre gave him a 24-hour timeout.
He's a sick fuck, that's for sure.
Same one.
Here, we'll just do this. We'll go to security, host tools, and we'll just lock the meeting. You won't be able to come back in the green room. Now, if anybody else wants to get in, message me on Facebook and let me know. Because almost everybody that's in there's got me on Facebook.
Mm.
And then I will unlock the meeting if you want to come in.
Joe doesn't have a phone number anymore. That's how I used to try and contact him. But every time I call the number, it says, this number's not in effect.
Yes, it
See?
is.
No.
Then you got the wrong number. Then Joe hasn't changed his number. Joe's one of those guys that's probably had the same cell phone number for 15 years.
I know.
I'm sure-
I know. I have.
He's had that cell phone number since back during Singular Wireless.
Yeah.
The Nextel Chirp. Chirp.
Yeah. Back when the phones were 2G.
Yeah. God, dude, I miss those. I kind of miss those days though, the old flip phones. Because you weren't really, it was cool to have, but you weren't on it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
you're slipping, Paul.
I worked that time.
Yeah, you must be hitting the wrong. You must be hitting the wrong password.
I don't do a password. It's just a phone call.
I think I've had that number for 30 years.
You didn't turn your phone off at one time, did you?
Nope. I've
Okay.
had that from before Altel.
Maybe it's just signal strength
Well,
sometimes.
now
bet that
he's
happened
now
before.
he's trying to get in the chat as Gonzo Buggy.
Yeah, you're just using a different account.
Gonzo Buggy. That sounds like Donald.
Yeah, I just hid that other account too. Oh, I'm sure if you look at his original channel, he literally just uploads some crappy reactions that he got from a few channels. He would try to get
That's
a
why
reaction.
That's
There was
why they
only-
need to take his channel down on YouTube too.
Oh, you can if you mass report his channel, if everybody here goes to his channels and just reports.
Yeah, he's done well because he's taken the avatar is of Donald.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, that's
Yep.
not done.
Yeah.
No,
fine.
we'll
It's
block
that-
Donald in. That's all.
Oh, it is.
I'm Gonzo Buggy. Fart.
Oh, that is Donald.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Donald.
God damn it, Donald. Hold on. I'm gonna unhide him. I forgot he had that channel. Shit.
We got trigger happy there.
Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Hold on, Donald. Hold
okay.
on.
And when he comes in
Yeah,
crazy,
I'm
we're
locked
gonna.
for a
All
second.
right,
get
try it
down.
now, Donald. Yeah, I forgot he had the Gonzo Buggy channel, but he's never posted
Yeah.
anything like that. I thought he had a
Yep,
360.
yep.
Didn't you have some 360 footage on there?
Has got nothing on that channel. 2 subscribers.
And there's nothing on the channel. Are you sure? Are you sure that's really Donald?
Yes, that's Donald. That's his guy. It's been around since 2024 when he started the channel.
Mudball in the waiting room.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's him or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just wait, and if it's there
Okay,
he
it
is.
is him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went over to my other account and signed into Gonzo Buggy just to mess with you guys.
Well,
I didn't even think
Yeah,
about it. I
no,
didn't
but-
even put 2 and 2 together. And I
It
remember
made
that
me
channel.
smile.
I looked at it and went, Gonzo Buggy. That sounds awfully like
Well, I
Donald.
didn't give you the satisfaction. I unhid you from the channel. And removed all your bands.
Oh, I had satisfaction.
The
We talk about
paranoia.
You can undo
satisfaction, that's
whatever
just
you want,
microwave
but
tea.
I got the reaction from you that I wanted at the beginning.
That's right. I'm
People timing
paranoid.
me out and blocking me just for saying fart.
You might as well call me CIA counterintelligence. I'm so paranoid.
Here comes another one.
Consider your channel hacked. I hacked your guys' mainframe. What are you gonna do with that?
You know, if that guy
Oh,
was as persistent in trying to have a productive life, he'd probably be pretty good.
Hmm.
But he's perfected the being an asshole.
Oh, I'm an
No,
asshole,
it's not even an asshole. I find it amusing.
but I perfected being an asshole.
You're claiming that title?
Well, I've perfected it. You see, most people when they're assholes, people hate them, but I'm an asshole and people like me for it.
Yeah. So
I'm
you
gonna-
perfected it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna write a book.
Randy would
is-
just said,
Instead of make
friends.
friends and influence people, be an asshole and make friends.
Now, is this really?
Is that really TJ?
Yeah, because how would he know that name? Think about it.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, it
Hey,
is.
it's really TJ.
Hey.
That's
Yeah,
not
he
TJ.
would.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Dude, that
Get rid
is
of
so
him.
fucking weird. That is so fucking weird. Like,
Yeah, we keep seeing your dick
I was
pics all over the
watching
internet.
it this morning. I was
That's
watching
so
it this
weird.
morning, and I went back and I saw that shit going on. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you
What's
went back and
happening?
screenshotted it, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I didn't
He's been
screenshot. I
watching
just
it
went back
all day.
and watched.
That's
I was
why.
like,
That's
what
why
the
he's
fuck?
joining in late. He wasn't quite finished yet.
He said,
Check
"Oh
the
yeah."
algorithm. It's got a big
TJ
spike right there.
Because David had messaged me. He's like, look what's happening with Paul's channel. I was like, what the fuck?
TJ was like, "Oh yeah, pound that little flesh donut."
Can I have that?
That's crazy, man.
Can
Some
I
people
pound
don't have
that?
anything better to do with their
Yeah, can I
time.
pound that? Yeah. Can I pound that?
No, because there's some people in the world, TJ, that just don't give a shit about anybody else and they just want to create as much havoc and problems as they can.
I guess
Sounds like
so.
me.
No, but it's see, that's the thing is it's not that big of a thing, and I find it more amusing than anything. I don't really care, but at the end of the day.
Randy, what's up?
We'll label it as educational. We'll have Donald re-edit it. You can do like this whole professor get up with glasses on and shit.
Well, I always said that there's really too bad that you can't reverse send something that blows up his computer on the other end, you know?
Yeah, you've been watching too much movies.
I just need to send him an address where to meet me at, because you'll never be able to find the body.
And if Homeland Security's listening, I had nothing to do with that last statement.
What's up,
Tom
Lon?
Denard says, no way you guys are on.
Name.
Yeah, Paul, you might as well just remove the link out of the chat, and then somebody wants it, I'll send it to them right now.
Okay, let me go up here.
Yeah, that'd probably be best for time being. They go through these cycles, they'll get tired and they'll find somewhere else to play. But right now, you're just making it way too easy to target.
Like I watch this one guy that goes on Zoom meetings and he trolls people, but he doesn't do like that kind of shit. He'll come on to like a vegan's live stream and he'll sit and talk about how he wants to become a vegan, and all of a sudden he'll pick up a turkey leg and start eating it. Like shit like that. It's not like he's showing porn or anything.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
That turkey leg was pretty good.
That's
Hey,
pretty
Lon,
good.
Because he was talking
Funny.
about how he was vegan the other
Funny.
day and how he takes cheat days, and he started eating lunch meat on the live. The ladies got all pissed off at him, kicked him off.
Oh, no.
He's eating lunch meat.
I'm gonna start a new channel, how to fix a proper teeth.
That's funny.
Hey, Donald.
David just messaged me and said, "Time to take a nap." That's funny.
Hey,
no,
Donald, what
that's
you gotta
funny.
do is you gotta get fisheye out of the box, and you gotta do a, how to do a proper tea about doing the frozen water in the kettle and everything else.
Oh yeah, that would be a funny one.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, we need more fish eye.
And you add the accent, you know?
Well, why do I have to get Fisheye out to do that? Fisheye doesn't even have any arms. How it makes it difficult. Why don't you just film the video yourself?
I think fisheye would make it better.
Yeah, and Fisheye was
Fisheye
on a drunken
always
binge
makes the
down
video
in
better.
Mexico, and
It'd be
Yeah,
a little
he's-
more sarcastically done.
he's been missing.
How to brew a proper
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah,
Proper
it's always
tea.
happening.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
What you got? There he
Getting close,
is.
got fisheye up.
There he
Hey,
is.
Oh, you
my
found him.
boy.
I told you he's in a box.
It's his little coffin.
No, you're
I
not
just brought him back from the border.
Yeah,
Even labeled.
They did a reverse deportation.
They yeeted his ass back over the line so fast. Like, oh hell no.
Yeah, me and my cousin used to get stopped by Border Patrol all the time when we were up in San Diego.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because we'd ride our dirt bikes out there, up in the mountains, and you get pretty close to the border in some areas, and they would come up to you and just ask you. We always carried our, because we were both teenagers at the time, so we just carried our social security cards on us, and they would just take that as identification. We'd show it to them.
Of course, that's when you were younger and the social security card meant something. Now anybody can reproduce anything, you know.
Well, I mean, they're gonna go by your accent too. I mean, let's face it. Like, they're not gonna think I'm from fucking
Yeah, he
Germany
talks
or
like a dumbass. He's American.
something.
I'm American.
okay.
Hey boy, how do you make coffee? No, hey boy, how do you make proper tea? Fuck you, I drink
Like-
coffee. All right,
Like-
come on in.
Like they were literally when I rode the Greyhound bus one time, we had to go through a checkpoint in Texas, this big ass checkpoint, and they came on the bus and they were literally walking down the aisle. American, yes. American, yes. And then if they were like American, and they were like, okay, they were like off the bus.
Okay.
They weren't checking IDs or anything. They were just asking. And if you had any kind of accent, they pulled you off the bus and checked you. And about 6 or 7 people got left at that checkpoint when we left. They got their shit off the bus and took them.
I watched Marcus Crawford flying a drone a little while ago, and he was flying over a CarMax, right? Over by a CarMax place.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting ads for CarMax and Carvana and all that.
That's weird.
This is bullshit.
I'm getting so many ads for wheels and tires right now.
Randy's asking, you're missing a smoke detector.
Too.
Randy.
He was like,
Yes.
Donald, you're missing a smoke detector.
I
Never
am.
mind. That's a clock.
Maybe some-
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
There's a
good one,
smoke detector
Randy.
right up there.
Hey,
Hey, there you go.
they've got it.
My goodness. So there's that.
Not worried, Randy.
Did you do some flying today, Dominic?
Well, I've only just woken up and it's a bit wet out there,
Oops.
Uh,
so that's annoying. Been raining for
Yeah.
3 or 4 days.
Seems like it's been raining for everybody the last few days.
I thought it was gonna rain here today or yesterday, but it ended up not doing that.
I did hear. It was storming last night for a couple hours. But you're a little bit more south of me, so it probably missed you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Social.
I know we've been getting a lot of rain the last couple weeks and we needed it. Man, you should see some of the lakes around here. They are really low. But they started, a couple of them look a lot better now after the last couple weeks.
I haven't seen rain in, I don't know, like, I think it rained a little bit last night because this morning when I went outside, my windshield was
Oh,
wet.
we've gotten rain a bunch of times, Dusty. I don't know about your guys. I'm just talking about my area. We've gotten a lot of rain the last couple weeks.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think it rained here last night.
Copy and paste. That'd be nice.
But I think they do say though that the center of Florida tends to get most of the weather. Because if you look at a lot of the storms, a majority of them will always come over the center of the state. They usually come up down from the panhandle and then they'll go over the center and then out to the Atlantic. Keeps missing y'all. Yeah, I wasn't talking about like a whole of Florida. I was just my area.
What'd you drop, Don?
My dignity.
We had to drop the buses off today. Oh my God, the inspection line was so long. We got back at 2 o'clock and we didn't leave the bus yard till about 3:40. So they were having to do inspections on each bus as they were coming in.
Oh, like every time you take a bus back to the bus yard, they inspect it or whatever?
No, it's just for the summer because they gotta put them all in like a
This,
storage.
this is the last day for him.
Yeah, so they gotta go out and put all the buses like in almost like a storage mode type deal. They have to go out and turn all the batteries off. And then they also use the mechanics work year round. So during the summer, what they do is as they're inspecting your bus, they ask the bus drivers, is there anything wrong with it needs to be fixed that we need to know about that's happened in the past since your last inspection? And then they'll write it all down, and then over the summertime, they'll be pulling buses in and fixing them. Because they have to get inspected every 2 months. But, so,
No, just
Yeah.
to make sure that they're like,
yeah, you bring them in, they do oil change, they check all the fluids, they make sure
Back and
Yeah.
forth.
like your fire extinguisher, everything still has the seals on it. They go over all the seat belts, make sure they're all working. Yeah, they do a pretty extensive inspection on them.
yeah, I guess you gotta make sure also that the fire extinguishers are up to date too.
Right. Which, it's real stupid is they put seat belts in all these buses, but then they tell you you're not allowed to force a student to wear one.
Oh, yeah.
And but yet it's the law that they're supposed to wear it. So I don't understand, like everybody gets so
I
confused. by that
haven't
shit.
seen seatbelts on a school bus in a very long time.
Well, TJ,
No.
when was the last time you were on a school
Dude,
bus?
they never had seatbelts on school
A
buses when I
very
was in
long,
school.
long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
The only buses back when I was in school that had seatbelts, which our district doesn't have, is the minibuses. Little tiny
Oh,
ones
yeah.
for doing short runs.
Right.
Like those would have seatbelts on them, but when I was in school, none of the big buses ever had seatbelts.
That pizza's pretty good, actually. The shakaroni at Papa John's got all the pepperoni on it. Ooh, been good. So,
I might have, might have to go down to St. Bernard Parish tomorrow on the first.
Really?
They're having a crawfish cook-off. And my nephew is going to be in it.
I love them
It
damn
says
things that
when-
cook off. Those things are good.
It says, when life gives you lemons, boil crawfish.
So, I thought it was when life hands you lemons, make lemonade.
Now they boil crawfish down
No, when life hands you lemons, you say fuck the lemons and do something else.
Oh.
Now they have a big food truck rally here during the summertime, and it's like every Thursday or Friday every week, and they do it for like a month and a half. And there'll be like 30, 40 food trucks that show up down there. There's one lady that does a dessert one, and she's got pretty good desserts. We stopped and got a little box of stuff from her one day.
Yeah, if he's in it, if he's participating in that cook-off, I'm going.
No, see, at our school, Dusty, those weren't actually short buses for disabled students. They used them to run kids out that didn't have to, like, if they only had 2 or 3 kids going out way far away. Because you got to remember, our high school was the high school for like 3 or 4 different military bases. And those bases were really spread out. Like you had Fort Irwin, you had the 2 Marine bases, and I think it covered 29 Palms. Remember there was 4 bases, but that's what they would use them for instead of taking a big ass bus. If 2 or 3 students had to go way out in the middle of nowhere because they lived way out, they would take them. Because there was a lot of people's parents that worked on base. and everybody's pretty spread out there. So, I mean, some people's nearest neighbor is like a mile away. So, see, like on our district, they don't give a shit, dude. It could be one kid that's like 40 minutes out in the middle of nowhere, and they'll send one big ass bus to pick them up, take them all the way out there.
Yeah.
But you know, they get 500 and some dollars every. So each time that student gets on the bus, they get over $500. And then if it's a special needs student, they get over 2,000 each ride.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
That's yeah, dude. So if it's just one student and one special needs student, you'd be looking at about what, $5,000 to ride the bus each way, 2 ways in one day.
Damn, that's pretty wild. So the special needs students get that much money just for riding on
They
a
don't
bus?
get it. That's what the bus makes off of the government. That's what the government pays for them riding the buses.
Oh,
It's crazy, dude. The amount of like when Trump said we were spending more on education per student than any other country, he wasn't fucking lying. Like that's nuts.
Hmm.
That's one of the reasons why he wanted to get rid of the Department of Education, because we're spending hundreds of billions a year on education and we're not getting anything out of it.
Hmm.
The kids are
What?
getting worse in school instead of better.
Why is everybody's mics muted except for yours and I's?
I don't know.
Up, 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 up.
Well, Dominic's not at his chair. Paul's
Yeah.
not muted. He's just dazing off. Joe's playing on his computer.
Oh.
When Joe gets that resting bitch face, you know he's not paying attention.
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
No, it looks like he's fucking growling at the screen. He'll be looking over his other screen.
You should have heard me this morning when I was on the phone with my credit card. I called up to make the appointment for Cleo, and she says, for some reason your payment didn't go through, but Tino's did. I said, well, they come out the same day, so I don't understand. I called the bank and they said, well, you've had some fraudulent activity on your account. I said, what was it? They said, well, you had an $83 payment trying to go out here and a $40 payment going out. I said, well, if you look back over the last year and a half, hasn't the same payment come out the same time every month? Oh, yeah. I said, so what the fuck was it? You know, it was fraudulent about it. She goes, excuse me? I said, yeah, why now? I said, y'all going to pay me the $35 fees that they're going to charge me? Like that. And I went off on them. You know what they made me do? Send them
What?
an ID, take a picture of my face. And then I called them back and they said, okay, you verified. I said, well, let me explain something to you. Don't do this shit again. I said, I've got $70 in fees I'm fighting with now that they reversed, the other companies reversed. I said, but these 4 payments are the only payments on this card. They come out every month. Don't do it again. Jeez.
How did somebody get a hold of your
They didn't get a hold of it. That's 4 recurrent payments that have been coming out for over a year.
oh,
See,
Same
what-
payments I've got scheduled with things. And
See,
they
the
just all
problem-
of a sudden said, well, this one for Banfield was $73. This for Banfield's 86. Somebody's trying to do something wrong.
The
No.
only way I could see combating that in an effective way would be to add a 2-step verification system where every time you swiped your card, you would immediately get a text message asking you why.
They
or
do
if.
that. I
They
asked them
do.
about that.
Some of them do, but
Wait.
it's not all charges they do that.
No, this bank does. Every time I get a charge from them, I went through the charges. I said, this is what you said. I got charged on this date for this. I got charged on this date for this. I don't have those other 2. Well, we notified you and told you there was fraudulent activity. How did you notify me? By text. I said, here's your text. I did not get a text.
Yeah,
Somebody
but I
took it
mean,
upon themselves to do this.
problem is that, dude, online shit is so hard to secure.
hey,
There's just
Justin,
so
can you
many
send,
loopholes.
do
Oh.
you have, Jason wants to come in.
I'll send you the link in Messenger, Jason. Because we've been having people popping in being stupid. Where's Jason? Oh yeah, I just remembered too because I messaged Jason this morning and he never responded back. But he left his live stream running last night with "Thank you for watching." It was running for like 8 or 9 hours.
Oh, look at the ducky.
We've been
Yeah.
having people doing this.
There you go. I sent it. Jason.
As if I'd have thought about it, that's what I would have done when y'all let me in. I'd had the duck doing this.
Oh, well, let me make sure the meeting's unlocked. Okay, yeah, it is.
So Jason was live yesterday or something?
Yeah, but he just forgot to turn his live stream off.
Oh.
Let me make sure this is him. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
there he is.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Jason.
What's up, Curtis?
Yeah,
Good
to see y'all.
We've got a bunch of people trying to snipe us.
dude, that's awesome. That means you're big time.
Did you forget to shut your live stream down last night, Jason?
I totally
Oh, Curtis.
I did.
Yeah, there was 5
Attention on
people
deck.
watching this morning.
Morning, I was
and
like, oh, Justin sent me a message. What? Oh, snap.
Okay,
Dude,
I'm
hours.
slipping. His
I was
arm,
like
the
13
salute's
hours.
getting long.
Hey, he's got
Salute's getting long
to
there.
you got to salute back, Jason.
Right on.
His
Thank you, Joe.
shoulder.
Go over that.
Thank you, Captain.
No, but I
appreciate
got
that, Thank you, sir.
I popped in your live stream at like 5 o'clock this morning, or whatever time I messaged you at, and there was 5 people watching, but nobody was saying anything. And I was like, so I put in the chat, I was like, Jason must have left his live stream going.
Yeah.
LOL. And then nobody answered me, but there was 5 people. It was showing 5 people watching.
That's funny. Yeah, when I shut it down, there's 4 people watching, and I was like, what? And I think what it does is people are just they leave it on
Yeah, that could be
You know
it
what I
too.
mean?
Yeah.
and just forget to put it off. Oopsie. Yeah.
You should see what your average view time for that live stream was.
My total watch time I think is at 86 hours or something like that.
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, oh, come on. Yeah, right. I just got a haircut, so
Oh,
time
nice.
to go home. Yes,
Where do you get
Of
your
course.
haircut at?
at the Navy Exchange.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, $15. I don't need to spend $50 on a haircut. You know what I mean?
You got the haircut that
I-
one
I get
hair
it.
behind his ear. One haircut, one behind his ear.
Exactly.
One haircut, yeah.
Exactly.
Hey Jason, did you know you can use did you know you can use a Twizzler as a straw?
I did.
Jason,
Both
come
ends
on
up
now.
and stick it in your. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You're retired and
I
you
invented
were
that.
look, Jason,
invented
He invented that.
you're retired, you were a SEAL. I want to see that beard come in. Come on now.
Nope. It looks like a dang rat.
No. Come on.
Even when I was in country, I shaved. I look ridiculous. I've tried.
He's the only Navy
I've-
SEAL with a baby face.
It's like I got a few hairs here and a few hair over here. You know, it's ridiculous. I look so doofy.
Just doesn't come in real thick.
Not at all. It comes in like in a patch here and a patch here, a bit here. Like I tried to grow it out, but it was so ratty looking. I had to take like black face paint and dab it in to at least look decent from a distance. And then you get close, it looks ridiculous.
He just got fucking war paint all over his face, covered up.
Oh, dude, you know how with the women they put like they have to put the marker, the brown stuff on their eyebrows.
Oh yeah, the ones that
Yeah.
Because their
shave.
eyebrows are so
Eyeliner.
thin.
Well, it's
Yeah, that's
mascara.
me.
No. Some girls back when I was in high school purposely shaved their eyebrows, and then they would
And their
write their
mustaches.
expressions in.
Right?
Yeah, then you could draw your expressions in when you're pissed off.
Oh yeah. Or when you fall asleep, right?
Yeah.
In class. Yeah, I
Now,
bought a
that
pound
was-
of Twizzlers.
That was a popular thing among Spanish girls when I was in school. Like,
What's that? Twizzlers?
no, shaving the eyebrows and using the brown pencil.
Yeah.
A lot of Spanish girls used to do that when I was in high school, and I
Oh,
still
yeah.
see them doing it today too. There's a few high schoolers that ride one of my buses that does that. There's two sisters that do that all the time. You can see where
Well,
they're
you get your
drawing them on.
once you start plucking those eyebrows, that they don't grow back, right?
I don't know. My wife's constantly grabbing long hairs out of mine, ripping them out, and it hurts. That's all I know. I'll be laying in
Nice.
bed. She'll be like, "Oh my god, that eyebrow's so long," and she'll grab it and just fucking yank it out.
Dude, that shit does hurt.
Oh
Like
my God.
when you pluck the long hairs out of your eyebrows, like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, or out of your nose, you know.
Oh yeah, the ones out of your
Oh,
head,
the
dude.
ones out of your nose hurt, but just for a second. But
Yeah,
they
it
do
feels
really hurt.
good. Feels good. That's what I do when I'm driving, so I stay awake.
Yeah, because every once in a while you'll look in the mirror and you'll see one that's growing out and it's folded around your nose. You're like, oh shit.
Oh, yeah, or it's tickling. It's tickling.
Yeah.
You can feel it. It's like you know, doing the thing. TJ don't know about that though. He's got that, you know, he's got that giant caterpillar on his mouth, on his lip.
Yeah, I got the caterpillar going.
It depends, Dusty. I mean, yeah, that would make him more, but playing replays constantly all the time, people are going to get bored with that real quick.
Yeah, I don't like doing. I've seen a lot of people do that for the sake of watch hours, and I don't want to do that with my channel. I'd rather have solid content, if you will. At least if I'm a talking head, you know.
Well, and then it's not as fun if you're not interacting with your chat, you know? Like if they're coming
yeah.
in and it's just replays and you're not talking in the chat or anything,
Yep, exactly.
you know, they're going to get bored real quick.
Oh yeah, 100% agree.
I went back and
You see-
watched your live of you trying to do Python.
Hmm?
That was pretty funny.
I know, right? It was cool because of my brother. He goes, "You want me to help you out? We could do it like we do on when I tutor my students." I was like, "All right." So we set up a Jitsi and he put it into his program and this and that, and we discovered that simply the Chat GPT program it's not sufficient. It's lacking. So, and I did it again. I pulled up another code from Chat GPT, and again it's lacking as well. So, and Sticks and I figured that out last night.
Well, that's why I put that thing in there because I'm looking at Code Academy and I think they offer free courses. They do
Yeah.
have some
I'll take
paid
a look at
stuff.
that one also. Yeah, free. I love free. You know,
I
If it's
haven't
free,
really.
It's for me.
I just
It's
saw
free, it's for
a
me, that's
thing the
right.
other day for it. I was looking at it, but I didn't have a chance to really dive into it. But it
You
does
gotta-
say
you gotta
on
learn-
there they
you're gonna
offer
learn how to
free
code
courses.
too?
Yeah, there's some
Dope.
stuff I want to do
Nice.
because I'm in the process of rebuilding Cosmo, this robot, and it does have where you can write code for it on Python.
Right on. Yeah, the book is in my shopping cart. Did you get that book also? Was it a
No,
good one?
I just put that in there as a joke. I mean, it's a real coding book, but definitely make sure it's the most up to date one. I just thought it was funny because you were getting frustrated with that one line, and so I put it in there, coding for dummies.
Oh yeah. I was like, what's it not working? I mean, I don't know how to code and you know. I mean, but the little bits I'm picking up here and there, it's adding to the learning as opposed to doing the actual reading of the thing, of the book on how to do it. But I'll do it. I'll learn it.
Well, that's what I'm
I want
saying.
to.
Check in the Code Academy if you're really interested in it, because they actually
Yes,
do all videos and all that.
Yeah, I think it'd be, dude. I think I had more people watching me code or fail at coding last night than I do watching people watching me Fortnite.
And like Google actually has classes you can take through Google, and you can actually earn a Google certificate, and they teach you how to do like coding, different things like that. But you have to pay for it though. But
Yeah,
you
you
get
have
an
to buy a-
actual, you actually get a certificate, which is supposed to be good in the professional field.
All right. Well, shoot, I'll pay for it. I mean, I'm all about quals, you know, I'm all about skills. And in fact, it was something I was thinking about this morning, you know. I mean, growing up, it was like, all right, get a skill, you know, learn skills, go to schools in your downtime. So when we go on vacation, I can't sit still. For me, a vacation is to go to a class or to a course to learn a new skill, you know. Like I had like 5 weeks off once, and I was like, I'm gonna go to a wilderness survival, a wilderness first aid course. But it was no,
Oh,
it
that
was
sounds
wilderness
fun.
first responder. Yeah, wilderness
That
first
sounds
responder.
fun.
So rescuing people in the backcountry and triaging, you know, and yeah, it was awesome. I did it in the mountains of it was in Colorado in the winter, so it was all, you know, winter rescue.
There's three basic rules to EMS to EMS. All bleeding will eventually stop.
Oh,
All
definitely.
patients will eventually die. And if you drop the baby, pick it up.
There's truth to all of those three things for sure,
If you got that down pat, you're good.
for sure. But yeah, no, I enjoyed messing around with that code and just trying to figure it out last night, and like why things weren't working. And it's you know, it's problem solving. It's a whole skill set in itself, which is what I preach to my students every day whenever I teach a STEM. Because the idea with the STEM at iFly Virginia Beach is, you know, it's the encouragement towards the STEM, I guess, just towards STEM education, and who knows, maybe even a career in something STEM related. So, yeah, I had a rambunctious group today. They're fun. I like it when they're a little bit loud. Something funny happened. Did I lose you guys?
No, we're still here.
We're here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we had 40 kids today. They all flew
So,
also, which was cool.
Mark's talking about you got to be careful in Colorado, Jason. You might bump into Art.
Who?
Uh,
Art?
yeah,
You mean you might
Oh, the
trip
other live
over 'em?
streamer, drone
Oh.
guy?
yeah,
Art
yeah.
Drone Company? Art Drone Company?
Yeah,
Art Code Drone Solutions.
I
Yeah,
thought
you
he
may
lived
not
in
you may not bump
Philippines.
into him. You may trip over him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right on.
He's like a wheelchair speed bump.
Wheelchair. Oh yeah, right on.
I saw a picture of him holding a fish, and I said, "That's a pretty big fish." Then I realized it was him holding it.
It was only a sardine.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Sardine.
it was actually bait. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's funny. I haven't been on his show in a while. I haven't seen his stream in a while.
I think he goes live on
Saturdays, right?
No, he
yeah,
changed.
I think so.
It moved to Friday nights, but he's
Friday night
also
and
doing
tonight
the
he's got
occasional
3
Wednesday
conservative
night as
gimps.
well.
All right, there we go. Dusty, do you want the link to Code Academy or you want the one to Google?
So Jason, what's your favorite Mountain Dew? Do you have you tried the red one or like any of the other ones beside the green one?
I like green, normal.
Yeah.
The red one's pretty good. I mean, to me, it's like, it's a little bit of a change of a taste, you know?
Right.
Like, if you're like, hey, which one do you want? Give me green one all day long.
Yeah.
If I had a choice. But I'm also, you know, I'm pretty set in what I want. Like I go to the Chinese food restaurant, right? What do I get every time? General Tso's chicken with white rice.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
that sounds
I don't
delicious.
change it up.
Man,
I go
I
to
haven't had Chinese. I
McDonald's,
haven't had
give me some-
Chinese in a
give me the
while.
number one.
That
You
sounds
don't know
good.
what
I'm
number
Actually.
one
having-
is, right? Big Mac.
I'm having Chinese for lunch.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. What are you ordering?
We're doing the yum cha baskets.
What?
You haven't tried. So what they do is they bring baskets around of various steamed food. So it'd be steamed dumplings or chicken
Mark?
spare ribs or things like that. I'll take a photo and post
right,
it on
right on.
Facebook. So check my timeline out later in the day or night. For
Oh,
me.
hold on. I'll send it to you in Messenger, Mark.
What ship is this, Paul?
It's called the
Give me a
Victory
second,
One.
Mark.
Oh,
It's Victory Cruise Lines.
oh, that's cool.
I'll be there in a second.
There's some people back
Where-
there
where's
waving
Mark
at
at?
you.
Mark R. White wants the link.
Yeah, I'm trying to find them. There we go. I got him. Fucking took me. I had to. Yeah, I had to pretty much type his whole damn name in just to get him to come up on my friends list in Messenger.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Who's asking for the Code Academy? You said it was Dusty.
Yeah.
Oh, dope. What do you got to program, Dusty? What are you doing?
All right. Let me get it and then I'll send it to you, Dusty.
Well, heck, when did Jason get in here? I should have left minutes ago.
yeah.
You know,
I knew you were going to say that, Don.
Of course you knew that. I mean, I say it every time.
But you never leave. You're not a man of your word.
So you have pattern recognition. Your pattern recognition works. That's all we know now.
You've heard of Pavlov's dog, right?
This looks like a cruise like that was like just for adults or whatever. Because I don't see a swimming pool on there. Like I don't
No,
see like.
no,
Well-
it's a low end cruise, I think.
There he
You hear
is.
about Pavlov's dogs whenever they heard a bell, they'd start salivating and stuff. But you never hear about Pavlov for the rest of his life. Whenever he heard a bell, he'd have to run home and feed the dogs.
I sent that to you, Dusty.
Hi, Mark.
But Mark,
No, I don't know if it's free, Dusty, because I didn't really look into it yet. That's just what their advertisement was saying, but it might be like free to sign up, but you have to pay for the classes. I don't know. So don't take my word on that. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Jason, I almost got that mouse that you got. Was it the steel?
The Aerox?
Yeah, I almost bought that today. And then
What
I was like, because I just bought a new Corsair. I was like, man, I don't want to leave the ecosystem. Too comfortable in my ecosystem. 'Cause everything's Corsair on my computer. So,
I hear you.
and then I went ahead and got the Corsair headset too, and got rid of the Razer ones that I had. Because
Yeah.
those ones were doing some funky shit. And I don't know what the hell the issue was with them.
You have to get
Corsair's got good gear, for sure. Agree 100%. In fact, is Elgato and Corsair related?
Corsair, I know has Elgato plugins in their software, but I'm not sure if it's the same company.
Aren't they owned by the same parent?
They might be. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Let me see.
you'll have to get a classic British car now then. The Ford Corsair.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, David. I'll send you the link as well.
Now, Jason, you're up north, right?
Virginia Beach?
Where you
North
live
from
where?
here,
He's
don't
the
know
mayor
where-
of
you don't know where I
Virginia
live?
Beach.
Virginia Beach,
Well, I
Virginia.
don't know. Like I just kind of forgot for a moment because
You forgot.
was
You
like-
forgot
it
the
was
mayor
like-
of Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, no, I just kind of forgot. Like I knew you lived somewhere near like the
Virginia-
beach somewhere, but I just wasn't sure which beach it was, to be honest. So, because Dusty was like, he was saying,
Might be,
I need to come
Yeah.
visit you because he wants to see me in the wind tunnel.
Hello, David.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm in the middle north.
Oh, okay.
so
There's one-
Jason,
There's one in Florida. Justin.
Let's say something
hey.
about to get booted.
Okay,
Yep, there's several in Florida.
Mm.
Orlando just got a
Jason.
twin tunnel. Yep.
Oh, sorry. So Google offers a cybersecurity course, a data analytics course, IT support, digital marketing and e-commerce, project management, and UX designs. So that's the courses that they offer.
Hmm.
All right.
And I believe those all cost money. So just
Yeah.
those
What
aren't
about
those
it?
ones aren't free, but the certificate is supposed to be like a kind of like a mini diploma in that particular field that you're supposed to be able to use to get a job in that field. So it's I guess it has credentials behind it. So
Right.
Right. This doesn't
Right.
happen quite often, guys. But here is some praise for Justin. Well done, Justin. Only took you 30 seconds to give me the link. That's a first.
Well, I tell you
Nice.
what, you're glad you started talking. I was about to boot you.
Boot me, I'll fucking boot
oh,
you.
I've been on
I'll
I've
play
been on
footsie
there.
with you.
I've been on everybody coming in, dude. If they even if I know it's I'm like 99% positive, I still hover over.
And I was sitting on boot. And if you wouldn't have said something, I was about to boot him.
You don't.
Let me.
You sent the link to their actual messenger. You know it's going to be them.
Justin did
Yeah,
say
it's
in the end. The only difference is, like I said, it's unusual that I give Justin praise. So, yeah, I can see where Joe's coming from.
Well, I went to bed for a bit of sleep after having no sleep for 24 hours after the sleep,
Damn.
and I only woke up at 10 past 10. So
That's crazy.
now I just hope I can get to sleep tonight. I hate sleeping in the afternoon.
No siesta for you?
Mm.
Oh, what the hell's that you just posted? I don't know. It says join the panel and then a number. Please tell me that's not your mobile number.
there. I sent both the links to you too, Jason, in Messenger,
Thank
so
you.
you have them. If you wanted to look into those courses.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Feel like an e-commerce one actually might be good for the field you're in. It's like sounds right up your alley there.
I'm
Heck
not
yeah.
going up Alice tonight.
Can't see a post
Heck
from
yeah.
Paul anywhere.
That wasn't Paul's number.
Removed it.
Tell Jason it's for my son. He's extremely smart. I'm smart as a
Paul's
tree.
removed it. Don't worry.
Oh, there. It's just this minute come up now.
And now he's posted the link.
People
What'd
have
you
been
say?
trolling.
Someone's really
Yeah,
smart.
don't post the link,
to tell me?
Paul. That's the whole reason.
Oh,
Everybody-
Dusty said, tell Jason it's for my son. He's extremely smart.
Hey, Paul,
I'm
you
smart
just
as a
posted that.
tree.
Nice.
Did you post that?
Smart.
No.
Smart's good.
Post what?
You must have. It's got your
A
name in
link.
yellow.
It's got your name
The
on it.
link in
Did you do it?
YouTube. I removed it. Did you
Did
did
you-
you post that?
No, so I'm asking if you posted it.
You would have had
Well-
to do it. You're the only one that has access to that.
The
account
yellow-
like that. Yeah.
Whenever you post anything, Paul,
You
your
get a yellow
name
box
is
around your
surrounded.
name.
You get a yellow box
Yeah,
around it.
you're the yellow box.
Yeah, because I was about to. What was the number you put in there?
Looks like his telephone number.
No. I don't know. The message.
No, that might have been the meeting ID number.
Zoom
You
number.
must have copied it out of the
But
must
the
have copied
question is,
it
why
out
you
of
posting that?
As long as we're all on our game, there shouldn't be any problems. What are you eating, Jason?
Most of us are already in anyway. There's only
Twizzlers.
Oh,
Just gonna say, it looks like
oh
Twizzlers.
Twizzler. Okay.
it
Dude, those things are so good. I love them damn things.
Heck yeah.
Is there anything you don't, DJ?
Say what?
Is there anything you don't love eating?
I do not like chocolate meat.
I don't know. I don't think I like anchovies. I don't like anchovies.
I love them.
That was a whole like
Salty, stinky
moment
fish.
to have to think of that. It's like smoke coming out your ears.
Not as bad as that other stinky fish.
I'll eat anything except anchovies.
Which other
There you
stinky?
go, it's stinky fish.
All
Kipper.
fish is stinky.
Kippers?
Oh, I love a kipper. Kippers are
They're
great.
only good for slapping people with.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, I'm pulling to my neighborhood.
You're
Signal
home.
here in a minute, so I'll see you guys later on. Good to see y'all.
Catch you later, Jason.
All right,
Good
Jason,
to
we'll
see
see
you,
you.
Bye,
Jason.
sir.
Take care.
You know where to find us.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
What? Joe didn't salute you when he left.
Yes, I did.
There you go.
See you later, Curtis.
Hey, Curtis. Hey,
Hi,
Curtis. Long time no see.
Mm.
Wish I knew he was in the chat now. Would have asked him about the underwater drills if he's still doing them.
He was in for ages. Just waiting for a portion of chips to be finished in the air fryer.
Oh, nice.
Really can't be my vid eating anything else.
I'll be back in 5. I'm going to actually make a cup of.
Proper tea.
I made one of them before I came on.
Proper tea.
Only took me 2 minutes.
It takes three.
You can make proper tea in a coffee thing, can't you?
Pack it in, TJ. How can you make tea in a coffee percolator?
Exactly.
I
You
don't
gotta
know.
boil the
Like
water.
if you got like tea, if you got like the tea bags, you put the
Oh,
tea
I haven't,
bags
David, just been
in
busy.
the thing where you put the.
Okay, I'll look out for some more videos.
It will make tea, TJ.
Well, in a
Yeah.
percolator, because a
but-
percolator has to boil to work.
Yes, the water when it comes out will be just at or just below boiling temperature. It will make tea, but the tea bags are not steeping in the water. So you're not going to get the same extraction as you would if you dipped the tea bags or
Or like if you put it in the
tea leaves.
microwave.
Held it.
Yeah.
You don't put tea bags in microwaves. Trust me.
You can do anything you want. There's no rules.
No, you can. I said you don't.
You don't. Some
No.
people do.
No, you guys do because you know.
It's against the laws of physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, culinary physics.
Yeah, because when you look at it, you've got to promote the strong Brownian motion, and the strong Brownian motion doesn't exist in a microwave because of the way the microwave actually heats the water.
Yeah.
Cheers, Curtis.
What do you mean the Brownian motion does not exist in a microwave?
I didn't say well, okay, it doesn't. It doesn't
It depends on
exist
if you
in
have.
electrified-
It depends on how many nucleation sites you have.
No.
Yeah,
Right, I know
but
what
at the
he's
same
saying.
time, it's
When
not
you take-
promoting the Brownian motion this way
No.
as
You-
you would in a.
He's
That's
not
that's what's called a convective current. That's not Brownian motion. Brownian
No.
motion is
He's-
the atoms moving themselves and
He's
vibrating
just
close.
communicating.
Yeah,
You're talking
but
about a
but
convective
that-
current.
No.
the convective current,
Infusion.
which promotes the Brownian motion.
No, the infusion. You've got to infuse the tea.
Yeah, and that's the infusion part. The infusion part comes later.
And,
Yeah,
and all I
it's-
know is when I put it in for 2 minutes, it comes out brown. So,
Can I just
No.
ask a question? Do you guys still use square tea bags?
It comes
Square
out.
flat tea bags.
I do. It comes out deep
blow through.
rather than brown.
That's enough said.
But
I
Donald,
got
you
used
got to
by,
remember,
PG Pyramids.
Donald,
Yorkshire tea bags are still square.
Yeah, but they're too tight-fisted to invent anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donald, you got to remember this is coming from an Australian that thinks Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
And Tetley do.
Here we go. Yep.
Tetley,
Couple of months' time, we're going to be talking about Die Hard as a Christmas movie again.
Be
So
arguing over that shit again.
It is
Yeah,
a Christmas
yeah.
movie.
once we get into October, it's on again. It's on like Donkey Kong.
It sounds like Donkey Kong.
I don't think Donald has his headphones in.
Yeah, I hear.
No, he's got a.
Oh, okay. I was expecting it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to turn in his chair.
No, he's busy. He had a thought there, and when you've got a thought and ideation, you've got to write it down, or you forget about it.
He's doing the calculations of how much of a percentage of a dumbass you guys are.
You
Yes.
better not be doing work. He was off the clock 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's off the clock now.
Yeah, I know. I'm not supposed to be doing work.
Milking that overtime.
No.
Do you have to have a program on your computer that monitors your mouse movements and everything?
No.
Some companies use that if you work from home because they want to see if you're actually working at your computer, or just sitting there. Because some employees will finish up their work within a couple hours. And my sister used to do it, and she'd set this program on her computer and sit, move her mouse around, click on random files, open them, close them. They look, because they can't see what you're doing. They only see the keyboard and mouse movements. So they can't actually see what you're looking at.
Now, Don, are you in the basement of your? Do you have a basement in your house? Or are you down in the basement of your house? Do you have like a
Yes.
flight of? Oh, okay. So you have a flight of stairs that like goes up.
No, he has.
No, we have an elevator.
He's got an elevator,
Yeah, he's got his own elevator.
and he's got a butler that runs the elevator.
Yeah, he gets all fancy when he gets in the hallway. He's like, Butler, to the third floor, please. I need to steep my tea on the third floor.
That's funny.
Yeah, and he tells him, "You want to turn down my bed?"
Turn down my bed. Oh, that's funny.
No bed. I'm not going out with you.
919. There. Geo target is going to be the same. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we had a sales rep turn things in ridiculously stupid, which made it a pain in the ass to enter in the first place.
Wait, you're on Pluto.
Then didn't get all the stuff materials, so then we got to the end of the month and we'll just move everything by a month. Well, the order's already been in. So that means instead of having one complicated project, they had to create a separate, two complicated projects. They created two more projects that I have to enter. And it's just, I've spent all afternoon. It's like, for her, it's like a simple 5 minutes of incompetence makes an entire afternoon of trying to do stuff to me. When people cause pain, they should be forced to experience some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about causing pain, they've charged that guy in Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
But they've not charged him with attempted murder yet.
Here's the forecast for tomorrow in Port Huron. Look for some sun and thunderstorms, with a high of 73 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 46 degrees.
Yeah.
Thunderstorms, ain't it great?
Yeah.
Hand them over. If you don't want them, we'll take them.
Yeah, send him over here.
So TJ, would this be Donald in his fancy house? There you go.
That's probably Mike about golf tomorrow. You know what? I'm going to answer it in the sitting room because this phone, it bores me.
Yeah,
This phone bores
You've
me.
nailed it.
Hey, Brenda.
Yeah, that's definitely Donald. His fancy
That's Donald, yeah.
It'd be Donald if he had money, a lot of money.
Dude, that show is hilarious. I love watching that show. I haven't seen it in a while though. Do they still air it?
No,
or, like-
that show ended like 10 years ago, dude. It's been a while.
Oh.
You gotta remember that show started in the early 2000s, like 2000.
Yeah, because I used to watch that show like all the time.
And it only had, I think, 6 or 7 seasons.
Oh.
And the ending sucked too. It was
Oh,
them on
really?
Yeah, it was them on a plane going to China to adopt a baby.
Oh, huh.
It was a really weird episode.
Huh.
And she wanted to adopt a baby because she couldn't have babies, and then Doug didn't want the baby, and then the baby was from China, and the show, I think, if I remember correctly, the episode ends up with them on a plane
Hmm.
making up with each other.
Oh, was that what's it?
King
The
of
Pope.
Queens.
Queen?
The
King of
postman.
Queens.
Yeah.
No, King of Queens.
Yeah, the postman.
Yeah. He was
Yeah. He delivery driver, yeah.
Right.
yeah. What was the name of his company? It wasn't UPS. It was.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of like UPS, but it was.
Oh, dude, it was like a carbon copy of UPS because they always made fun of
Yeah.
FedEx in the show. Like
Yeah.
FedEx was their arch nemesis.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't there like an episode
was-
when Doug was trying to go apply for FedEx or something like that?
Yeah, and then the guy turned him down because he
Yeah.
misread what the guy said to him.
Right.
Because the guy said something about, oh, if you were still available, I'd hire you, but he was just joking, and he took it as really he was going to hire him.
Right. Yeah. Because he didn't want to work for his company anymore, so he wanted to come back to go to FedEx or something.
Yeah, and it's fucking storming again and raining. When is this storm going to leave? Oh, it's not a very big storm at all. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty small storm. It's not very big at all. Because we're right around here. We're like
Oh,
right.
yeah.
There's a big old chunk coming back behind it though.
Ooh.
Let's see.
That looks fun.
Oh yeah, this storm should be gone within the next half hour.
Depends what's building and what currents are behind it.
Like I said, we've been getting nonstop storms for the last 2 weeks.
I hate current storms.
Yeah, the thunderstorms here are fucking wicked, dude.
And what's Sultanas?
Like I said, when they call Florida the lightning capital, they are not joking.
Oh, that's one of the reasons why I want to come there.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've been within like 50 feet to 30 feet of a lightning bolt. And that's some scary
close
shit
to one,
right there.
yeah.
Have you ever tried
that-
holding a 100-foot metal pole up in the air?
No,
Yeah,
fuck that.
That's some scary shit when lightning is really close to you. That is scary shit.
Oh yeah,
no
it is. I've had three
Yeah,
of
it
them. 3 of the ones that I've been real close to all hit right outside my car on the side of the road. While I was
years
driving
ago
down the
when
road.
Laura, before I came round to Paul Murray's show, there was an incident where Laura stopped to take her shoes off because the rain was that heavy, And the Shanta stopped when he got hit when she went onto the bridge. So it hit the metal bridge.
Yeah, that'd have been bad.
Them skies are still there today on that bridge.
And then I had I was outside one day and I was only about 20 or 30 feet from the pole and it hit the transformer. Well, it didn't hit it, it comes up and meets, but yeah. It made contact with the transformer and that shit was fucking loud too, and that thing sparked like crazy.
Well, it was a big explosion, wasn't it?
I mean, not a big explosion, it just was really loud and there were some sparks that came off of the transformer after it hit it, just for a second. Then it.
Well, I thought, you know, the transformer up on the pole or something.
No, those things can take.
Explodes.
No, those things can take quite a hit.
Oh.
And I believe those drums are full of some kind of oil, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yes, transformers are full of oil.
I think it's some kind of
The coolant.
Yeah,
it's like
the oil
yeah,
is a coolant because you are passing one coil through another coil.
And I'll tell you what, those transformers don't look as big until they're on the ground, and you're like, "Fuck, those things are big." Like they look small up on the pole, but when you actually see one on the ground. Yeah, and then the storms here, dude, you can just get a constant, like just.
Oh, there's David doing the.
No, that's Donald.
Fire.
That's Donald. Look.
Yeah.
Then he cleaning his office at night.
That's funny.
That wasn't the
That
video I was
was a
trying to
good-
find.
Man, that was a great movie. I like that movie.
You know what sucks is there was rumors that they were in talks on making a second.
You'd already started it.
That's the
Yeah,
point.
or something or another, but then he that's right before he killed himself.
I think they should go ahead and make a sequel to it. Sally Field's still around. Just go ahead and just have
But
the dad committed suicide. And
Oh my
Who would-
god.
Who would play his part though if they did a second one?
Well, they
They
could
wouldn't.
easily,
Have
they
it-
could
have him-
easily
have him
do it
commit
with
suicide.
AI.
Oh my
Huh?
god, have you seen the guy that looks like Robin Williams? And he has the same mannerisms and everything?
Oh,
Have you
he's
seen
I
that
think
guy?
I think I've seen him like on shorts or stuff where his daughter be
Like his impressions
hey,
are
Dad, she'll be like, Dad, talk like Robin Williams or whatever.
no, this
Right.
dude looks like Robin Williams, but like 30 years younger than what he was when he died. And his mannerisms, everything, you would think it was like his son.
So
I think I might know
this
who
was
you're
the
talking
lightning
about
strike.
if we're thinking about the same guy.
I'll
Yeah.
find a video of him.
Right, this was the lightning strike that hit the bridge. I don't actually catch the lightning, but I get the whole full force of the explosion.
God, that's pretty
Yeah.
loud.
Still
I
got
remember,
gunshots.
I remember when that happened to me. My heart skipped a beat, I tell you.
But the thing was, that camera was actually connected to one of them mounts that you put on a bicycle onto the balcony. Yeah. So that's how much it shook. It actually shook the whole property.
Yeah.
That was
Did that
outside y'all's
happen?
place, David?
Outside our old place, yeah.
Oh.
The six years ago, it happened to me. I've still got the photo of it. The line says Compton.
What's that?
Compton.
Yeah, we had
What about-
gunshots around here louder than that.
oh no.
Yeah, this guy right here, dude. I guess he didn't look as young as I remember, but
You have a wall of Mindy? Oh, Mindy.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
just somebody
yeah.
else.
Mindy's wonderful.
That is weird.
Oh,
That is
she's
weird, right?
fantastic. Are you
Because
kidding?
Lorna's just put Compton. Yeah.
And then Chicago.
Yeah, no, but
Compton, Chicago.
that video was actually recorded in Compton Court.
No, okay.
Which is why when you said Compton, I was like, you beg your pardon?
Is that oil on your floor?
That was underneath my son's car.
Oh no. Oh no.
That is not good. He just got the engine back in. And we didn't see any drips. That's the first drips I've seen.
Yeah, you need to get a band-aid on it quick, it's bleeding.
I just pulled tires and wheels off this side because I'm giving up shopping for wheels online. I'm just going to take these into tire shop tomorrow and say, listen, this is about what I'm looking for. What can we do?
Give up.
Yeah, I still believe that Donald's actually Jason Bateman's younger brother, but
Yeah, that's correct, Lon. The oil should be in the car.
The oil should be
No,
in the car. Well,
No,
here's the
no,
thing.
no.
It
He's
should
been
be-
parking that Miata next to that dune buggy for so long it's starting to imitate it.
It
Yeah.
should be in the engine or the gearbox, not in the car.
Nah.
Last thing you want is an oil leak in the car.
Mm.
Well, that's
I don't think you look close.
I'm sorry, that's in the car still. Unless you think
No,
that
no.
unless
Inside-
you think the gearbox is not part of the car.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
part of the car, but it's not in it. It's outside underneath.
no,
So
see,
you don't think the gearbox is part of the car?
Yes, it is
It's
part.
part of the car, yes.
Oh, so then it's in the car.
No, it's not. It's underneath the car.
No, if the gearbox is the car. If it is part of the car, then it is in the car.
In the car is in the cabin.
Billy. Oh
Yeah,
no, that's
yeah.
in in the cabin, or else if you wouldn't have to use the word cabin to clarify.
We don't
Exactly.
word cabin. We say car.
So that's like saying, you know what? You don't ride it in the car. Well, saying you don't ride in the
You're
car.
right
You're
in
riding
the
in the
car, not
cabin.
on the car.
Yeah, you do ride in the
Yeah,
car.
you're riding in the cabin. You're not riding in the car. You're riding in the cabin of the car
Yeah,
because you're not inside
both are
of the
valid
differential.
points.
You're both wrong, right? Because
Go
it's all in the car. Your engine, your gearbox, you, everything. It's all in the car. The
Exactly,
car
that's my point.
framework,
No,
That
it's,
is my point.
it's attached to the car.
but there's no fucking cabin on a car.
No.
It's
No,
part of the car. A bumper sticker is attached to the car,
Exactly.
Attached, yeah.
Yeah.
but your oil pan is
It's
part
attached
of
to
the
the
car.
car,
It
Randy.
doesn't. It is part of the car.
It's part of the engine.
It's part of the
Yeah.
car.
It's part of the engine, and the engine is then attached to the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the engine
No.
is part of the car.
The engine is part
Yeah.
of the car. Otherwise,
If
the car
there's
won't
no
move.
engine
Part
in
of
it,
the
it's not a
engine
car. It's a
bay.
lawn ornament.
Not really. You don't have to have an engine in a car.
Then it's a lawn
Not
ornament.
very far, but you don't have to have it.
If you want it to work,
Yeah,
you do.
it's useful.
You also don't have to have a driver in it, but it's useful.
Yeah.
You
If you don't have an engine in a car, you just got a piece of scrap metal.
No, you can have an electric motor.
Okay.
Still an
Fine.
engine.
This is it's not really as entertaining as Monty Python's argument sketch when you guys do this.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it? The Flintstones car didn't have an engine.
Oh, someone left.
Just Fred's big feet.
Yeah. Fred was the engine.
Yeah.
And Paul knows. Paul used to race him.
Yeah.
Donald.
That was quite a scene.
Just
Kiddie cars have pedals.
remember that day, Paul, when you went down to the catch a ship and Fred Flintstone in your parking spot?
Yeah.
What a bastard, eh?
Who was gone?
Donald left.
Oh, Donald went.
Up there, I'd say.
He's probably just getting ready to finish work.
No, he'd already finished. He was sat down, relaxing. But he said we weren't as
I'd say battery.
we
battery
weren't
died.
entertaining, and he left.
It could be the battery on his what's it. his earbuds.
But that one affected his
No,
Zoom, putting him
should-
off sound.
Yeah. Chips on a plate. Sauce. Oh, ow. I think I'm getting.
How silly are some people? Right? It's actually an offence to resell a football ticket. If
Yeah,
you don't
over
want
here
it,
it is.
Yeah, it's
you have
called
to
scalping.
sell it back to the club.
Yeah, it's scalpers. They do the
Yes.
same shit over
So, this evening, Southend United advertised that they've got more tickets for Sunday's game. And some plonker commented underneath to him, well, how am I going to sell my spare tickets I bought now? So the club went, well, we know who you are, so we'll just block all 4 of your tickets. What a dumbass.
Mm.
Now none of them tickets are valid.
Yeah, like I said, they just passed something over here that had to do with scalpers and they can't mass buy tickets and
Well,
if
they
they
should.
and like they can't raise prices. They had to do something with pricing and ticket scalping.
Yeah,
But,
we're trying to do that over here.
Kid Rock was like the big advocate behind it though, because he said he goes the price. I guess the artists he said don't control the prices of the tickets.
No, because we had the Oasis tickets
So-
last summer, and they were supposed to be £50, and within minutes of them going on sale, Ticketmaster used this new initiative where demands sets the price, and within minutes people were paying over £1,000 for a ticket.
Right, that's what they're trying to stop over here.
Yeah, that's what he's.
And then they want to put something in place for the bots so they can't get in there and buy.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
the
how
other
they're
thing
gonna
as
stop
well
that.
over here, it should be that, you know, if you've got a genuine reason not to go, you should be able to sell the ticket back and get a refund. Simple as that. Yeah, you void the ticket, it's gone. Right. So we have no
Right.
need for second-hand tickets out websites, because half the time the events go up, and within minutes they're on StubHub and Get Me In and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kid Rock was saying he doesn't want to be he doesn't like the fact that his fans get hosed on tickets.
Yeah.
And he's like, we have no control over that. I guess the only thing they have control over is like merchandising.
They don't even
But
have
like
control on that.
Well, it probably
They-
depends on the venue.
Mainly, all the acts they get obviously they get a percentage of sales, yeah, but they also get to choose their act, the warm up acts and stuff. That's about it.
Oh yeah, dude, there was people paying crazy ass amounts of money for Taylor Swift tickets. They were paying like 10 grand for a seat. I'm like, fuck that shit.
Louis,
I don't care if it was my favorite artist in the world, dude. I wouldn't feel like $10,000 would just be justified spending that much on a ticket.
That's crazy. I would just watch it on TV.
I mean, I guess if you got the money, you got the money, right? Like if you want to just
Yeah.
buy tickets
DJ,
like that, but
was any Taylor Swift concert shown on TV?
I'm sure there has been.
Yeah, it has been, but you know they're like really old concerts. You ain't gonna get the latest one.
Yeah, and then
The way the music industry's gone now, CD and record sales has gone. Literally, all they're getting is a percentage of revenue from YouTube and Spotify, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they have, you know, going out and performing at concerts is the main way of getting money now. Yeah. But
yeah,
if fans keep getting rinsed, like Dustin said, eventually fans won't pay, you know, and the touts won't be able to sell the tickets, and then suddenly the venue directly.
and the thing is too is you don't know if Ticketmaster is falsifying that demand too. Like You know what I'm saying?
They got caught with doing that with Oasis.
It wouldn't surprise me because it'd be easy for them to fix that kind of shit.
But when we tried to get McFly tickets, they said this they'd sold out within minutes. Yeah. And when McFly said, well, we're going to put the next batch up at the normal price, they're not doing that ticket rise, suddenly tickets that should have been available earlier were back available. Convenient, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, that reminds me, I've got to print Laura a fucking thing out for a McFly concert, a Galaxy Defender badge.
And a restraining order. Print that out as well.
Yeah.
Print that first.
Actually, she gets on all right with the McFly lads.
Yeah, you know you're a big fan when they start recognizing every time you show up.
No, you know you're a stalker when they start recognizing you.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that time that all the fans, McFly fans, paid to have a meet and greet with them. And Laura had gone in, and I was like, I ain't fucking paying to go in. So she went in, and I was stood at the doorway waiting. And next thing you know, all four of them were stood next to me talking to me. And Laura texted me, she went, oh, the lads are running late. Harry's having his haircut. I was looked at him, I was like, you lying bastard, you're having a cigarette. And when the wanted were in the chippy, that was even funnier. Laura was down at the real pavilion trying to stoke them, waiting for them to come out the back entrance. And they went out the front entrance to the chippy. And I was in the chippy at the same time. And I went to ring Laura, and the guy grabbed my phone. He went, no, 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 no. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You didn't fly today, TJ?
No, I might, I don't know, I might send it here in a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. If not,
TJ,
then,
who did your intro for your video?
oh, Alex, I think
That's pretty-
Alex did that.
That's a pretty funny intro.
Yeah. I put that like every time I go out flying, if I feel like it's a good video, I'll post it, and then I'll put that in there, and then put music and all that other good stuff. I use CapCut for my editing.
Yeah, I use CapCut too.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good editing program.
When they shut TikTok down, though, they shut CapCut down too because it's owned by the same company.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
for what was it, like a few days or whatever, or a day that TikTok was banned? Was it 24 hours or something?
oh,
Couldn't
that's
use
crazy.
CapCut either.
Huh.
But CapCut wouldn't work for like a week after that. It took like a week
Oh.
before it started working again on my phone.
Well, TikTok didn't work straight away, did it?
Yeah, that did. But you couldn't
How
get it
come they
off the
shut it-
App
how
Store
come-
still until about a week after that. I remember
How
it was
come
like
they
2 or
shut?
3 weeks.
Why'd they shut TikTok down for 24 hours?
Spying, TJ, because it's Chinese.
Bro, you had to have been living under a rock if you don't know that whole fiasco.
Yeah, I don't think I remember
What?
that.
Yeah,
I
but
that
what's
was
the
just
latest?
That was
I
just a
wouldn't-
few months, like a couple months ago.
Yeah, so what's the latest on that anyway? Is it still happening or?
I don't know what the fuck's going on with that, to be
I'm,
honest with
I'm
you.
gonna go get a ship, guys. I'll be back.
Okay.
You gonna be here?
Yeah.
No,
No, we'll be over there.
Okay.
But
We'll be
the
up in
once
here.
they unbanned it though, the app you could, if you already had it on your phone, you were fine. But if you wanted to download it, it wasn't available for like two or 3 weeks after they unbanned it. And then Google Play finally put it back on there. Took me about 30 minutes to get back on TikTok after they banned it.
You know when I
To get
told
on
you the other
Laura's live
day,
stream.
Justin, about Sheen getting told that they had to stop misleading on prices?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they've gone completely the other way now. So you look at something, it'll say it's £15. You click it, it'll come up and say it's only £6.10.
Well, I
But
mean, everybody.
you know it's a
then-
trick.
The thing is, though, is they need to start. The rest of the world needs to start getting on China's ass, and they need to start following the norms of every other country with copyright laws and IP theft and all that stuff. Like they just don't respect any of that.
Yep.
Did you go do some flying today, Joe?
No, not a bit. Been raining. Been raining all day.
Oh,
Oh
bugger.
shit.
And you can hear, I don't need to be out in the rain.
Yeah.
Like China don't need to be cut off or anything, but they definitely need to get on board with everybody else. Start doing things a little bit more fair.
Wow.
They are slowly getting there. It's just, yeah.
Nice now, though.
I know they had some kind of agreement, what, about a week and a half ago, and they lowered a bunch of, I think they lowered a bunch of the tariffs on both sides. I think it's down to what, 30% now or something?
Shouldn't it
Well,
be down
the
to zero now?
tariffs, no, they're not. Tariffs got suspended last night.
Yeah.
A 3-panel judge says he didn't have the authority, and then another judge came back and said they don't have the authority to stop him. So now it's back.
Was it hold on, was it 3 district judges and then like 1 circuit court judge overrid them or what?
Yeah. A circuit court came in and said they don't have the authority to stop you. You have the authority to do it.
But it's back up at the Supreme Court tomorrow.
And the Supreme Court's going to say all these little federal judges need to keep this shit out. They don't have the authority to stop him.
You don't know
Well, it's like
No,
well,
Constitution says that.
No. It's technically, like the judge that tried to stop the deportation plane, the planes that were being taken out of Texas to deport, that had all those deportees on it. That judge was in D.C. He was not over that district at all. He had no
Right.
authority to make that ruling in another district.
See, that's another thing. That's why
It's wherever the people make the complaint. That's the problem.
Yeah, but each
So,
judge
like,
is in a
like
different
These
district.
guys, the guys that took the campaign against the tariffs, they filed the case in Louisiana.
Right. If they're in the proper district of where some of that stuff may be taking place, they can get an injunction from a judge. But there's been a lot of judges that aren't in those
Yeah.
particular districts that have been trying to do injunctions, and it's not legal.
well, surely, seeing as how Trump is in Washington when he makes those injunctions, then people in Washington have a right to say, "Hang on a minute."
No, because it was technically being done in Texas, so
right.
it falls under a different district.
America's bigger.
So
It shouldn't the federal government be able to override any state issues?
well, that's the Supreme Court is the final say. Because you
Right,
have the
okay.
Supreme Court, you got like appellate courts, and then you have
just
like
different.
district courts. And then
We have a different setup here then.
Yeah, what's happening is they're shopping around till they find some judge that'll do it wherever it's at. They don't care, right? But that's why the Supreme Court, it's going to get to the Supreme Court. When it finally gets there, they're going to say all these little federal judges don't have jurisdiction to do this shit. keep your nose out of it. Y'all can't do it anymore. And then it's done.
Yeah, once they override it, it's done. That's it.
And
Because technically, what a lot of
they're waiting for somebody to really push the issue. And they're gonna step in and they're gonna say, stop it. You can't do it. You don't have that authority. This is what your authority is. Just because you have a rope doesn't mean you're a cowboy.
Mm. Yep. I'll take note of that line.
So I got a question here. Okay, those two things that Paul put in the chat earlier. He never would. Did he put it in? Because I asked him 3 times why he was
Yes,
putting
he
them in,
did.
and he just
It had
ignored
to-
us.
He was copying and pasting shit and didn't realize what he was doing.
No. He knew what he was doing. He just, I don't think he wants to give up putting a
Realize.
link at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be it too.
He's
It's
set in
like-
his ways, isn't he?
But that phone number or whatever he put in there, it had to be the
It's-
link to what you
It's
call
a
it.
meeting ID number.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
it
I
had
hope
to
so,
be
'cause
because
I
it wasn't
thought
a
at
phone
first I
number.
thought it was a phone number. I was like,
No, it's not his
oh.
phone number. I have his phone number. It's not his
Yeah.
phone number. That was the meeting ID number.
It was Zoom ID.
Anyway, you've heard of snakes on the plane, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this happened in
The birds on the plane.
yeah.
Yeah, we saw
Yeah, I
that.
heard about that.
was
But-
Madison.
Pigeons on the plane.
Oh God! How long ago was that? And how the hell did that bird get
Couple
on
of
the
days ago.
plane?
I overheard a passenger come up to the flight attendant who was standing right by where I was, and she said, "I think there's a pigeon on this plane."
You ready for this?
2.
There's a pigeon on the airplane.
There's a pigeon on the airplane and it won't go away.
Not until we open the door.
That's a first for me. Wow.
Then-
Open the door. Go ahead.
And
Just
said,
open the door. That's
"There's
an
a
easy
different
way to get rid of it.
wildlife situation on the plane, and this is not something I'm prepared to deal with. So we are summoning folks to come, some crew to come on. And at that point, I pull my phone out because I think, okay, if it's coming back, I have to try to get some footage of this. This is ridiculous. The woman next to me obviously was quite panicky about it. She said to me, she said, "Oh, I'm gonna need a free wine."
Free
People
wine.
just trying to get free shit, man.
Yeah, I think that's
So
a,
was it? Was
is
this? Was this before they took off? It got on, and then they opened the door and let him out.
Yes, TJ.
Oh.
Yeah, you should just say to him, he says, "It's all right, love. We don't charge you to wine."
I would have asked him, did you check for his
That was a
ticket?
pretty good idea with
fair.
the
funny
with the
thing
damn.
was, the
that's,
reason,
that's what I call free entertainment.
no, but the
That was a
reason,
good idea with the blanket. Then throw it up to catch it.
well, yes, that's how you catch a bird. But the funny thing was, as the plane set off, a pigeon appeared at the back of the aeroplane, looking straight at people. So they managed to stop the aeroplane, pull it back to the gate, open the door, and shoo it off. Yeah.
But how did it get? Oh, it must have flew in while passengers were
Yeah.
boarding the plane.
But the first pigeon flew off. They chased it out, right? They shut the door, and as the plane started to taxi, that's when the second pigeon appeared,
And that
and it had to go back round and pick a spot to open its door again.
That's
and that-
crazy.
that's when Dastardly and Muttley were found chasing the plane.
Yeah.
Well, you
That's
know that
it.
pigeon said, this plane going to Miami, and shit, I ain't flying all the way back there. I'm just going to hitch a ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, all gates aren't sealed neither. You know, sometimes you'll
No.
get on one of those rolling staircases. They'll
That's
go up
kinda-
to a plane,
kinda
and then
funny
the doors
when,
are right out in the open.
When everybody was freaking out, it's like, oh my God, have you
I
not
mean,
seen a
why are
bird
people
before?
freaking out over a pigeon? Right?
Yeah, like, have you not seen a pigeon
All
before?
it is a piece of flying meat. Guess what? 20 minutes later, you're a piece of flying meat.
Yeah.
At least you had extra wings if there was a problem with a plane.
I mean, I can understand if it was like two eagles or something, going ape shit on the plane. Just
Can you
fucking
imagine it
everybody
though?
up.
You know, like in a movie, you know, when they do all that, where they like somebody has to become the hero. Yeah, the pigeon at the front of the plane. Okay, guys, I need you to put one arm out of the windows and start flapping. Just like this. Flap, flap, flap.
I don't think that the stewardesses or whatever were quick enough. They should have said,
Flight attendants these days.
once she's escaped.
Yeah,
I did like the pilot, but I ain't trained to deal with this shit.
well, I mean, technically none of them are, so it's like I can't really blame them for not knowing what to do. I mean,
There's a video somewhere. I'll see if I can find it in a minute. Of
was an-
seagulls that get on a train and they actually go to the next stop and they hang around the doorway. And when the door opens, they just get off like it was a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I've seen that video.
Al Qaeda pigeon.
I mean, it's a don't you can't really put it past birds. Like I said, the ones in New York City, they fucking drop. They've timed the traffic lights so they can drop the nuts in front of the cars, and cars will break them up. And then when it's a red light, they come down and eat them.
I
Birds
hate-
are clever little fuckers, I'll tell you that.
I hate it when I drop my nuts in the traffic lights.
I'll ever say whether they came and checked on those gutters.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I heard him
It's not gonna
talking
be
about
long
the.
before he's on a ladder.
I heard him talking about it the other day, but I haven't heard nothing since then. At his age, I wouldn't even be worried about the fucking gutters. Just let him go. Fuck it.
Well, the worst part about it, he said the squirrels up there throwing the stuff out on the pavement, but then he's got to sweep it up. That's what he complains about.
Just
Let 'em
rip
do
the
their
gutters
job.
off.
He should do
Just
something.
rip the gutters off and don't even worry about it.
Here you go, TJ. I found it.
Oh gosh.
What?
He's like looking at it like, hey everybody.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service to London Victoria. The next station is St Leonard's Warrior Square. Please keep your bags
It's
and
on a,
personal
this looks like it's on a train.
all times. If you see something that doesn't look right, report it to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. See it, say it, sort it.
Everybody.
We are now approaching St Leonard's
And then
Warrior
he shits.
He's like,
Dude, it's like,
he's
dude, that
like,
pigeon.
"Is this my stop?"
No, that pigeon is exactly like a crackhead on a fucking
That was a
train.
seagull.
Or whatever, that seagull is exactly like a crackhead on a train. They get a free ride and then they take a dump right outside the door.
Is his name Stephen?
Oh, that's funny.
Just the way it looks back, and you can just imagine it going, wait up, I didn't want this stop. Back.
This ain't my stop. I need to get back on.
Let me back on. I only wanted a crap.
That's pretty bad that the birds are so lazy now. They don't even want to fly a mile down the road.
Yeah.
Well, they've seen us do it.
Yeah, mimics.
There's just like that one bird that was, I don't remember where it was at, but he kept coming into a convenience store every day. And he'd wait for somebody to open the door and then he'd run in to walk through the automatic doors, and he'd run in, he'd grab a snack off the shelf and run out the door.
That happens quite often over here. They've timed it to the thing. It was like, have you seen the one where the seagulls that mimic the cat machine? I think it's in Australia or New Zealand. They've got a machine where if a cat meows, it drops a bit of cat food for them.
Yeah.
And the seagulls have learned to mimic the meow. They stand at the machine going, meow, and the machine
Hold on,
drops.
you guys got automatic cat food dispensers?
In I think it's in Australia or New Zealand. I can't remember which one.
Just randomly scattered out?
No, it was on somebody's porch or something.
No, it wasn't. It was a proper machine.
Was it? I
Yeah.
thought that- yeah, well, that's what I mean. You can buy them, but they're not public.
No, this was definitely public.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if
It's like they just have so many cats running around over there. Just got automatic feeding machines.
And you get the starving cats going, nobody ever fucking told me that was there.
Oh, dude, there's so many loose cats around our area. So many outside.
fucking video.
They're fucking everywhere, dude. They're like a plague
No,
around
we
here.
have a curfew over here.
You know what? TikTok, fuck off.
Sometimes, like at our old house, I used to hear out the back window at night. You'd hear about 7 or 8 of them going at it in the backyard.
Yeah, we have
Pissing at each other and shit.
Yeah, you had to mention cats, didn't you?
we have about 7 cats that come into our avenue, but they're all owned by people. They just all seem to come and visit each other.
You go.
Speaking
yeah.
of,
That
you,
is
you
a-
had to mention cats. You've woken mine up.
And the seagulls are eating it. Oh, free food. Lots of seagulls.
Well, I see a coin slot on there. So is it free or what?
Yeah.
Or can you just buy
That's
it if
what
you
they
want?
do. That's in Turkey, because Turkey has a number of those things that.
It says it's in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. I know Turkey does it as well.
Yeah, but the coin slots are if you want to make a donation.
Oh, so it's just like a are cats just that popular there?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Cats,
Okay.
Cats Protection League.
Well, I mean, cats are the most popular thing, I think, still on the internet. I know
Yeah.
they held that #1 spot for a long time. I don't know if they still have it.
Yes, they still are.
For cat videos and shit.
Cats rule.
Always been popular.
Oh yeah, you remember that fucking crazy ass that was in, I think, out of Canada, that was doing the videos of them killing the cats, and then that whole like community went after him,
Yep.
and they ended up figuring out where the fuck he stayed by looking at pictures of different buildings and sunlight, where the sun was at. Like they fucking zeroed in on this dude's apartment, reported him to the Canadian police, and I think he got thrown in jail for a while.
Did Howard Wolowitz trying to find the model's house?
There's a
you get the
whole
satellite images.
Yeah.
there's a whole like documentary on YouTube about it, but it was real life. The guy was posting anonymous videos of him killing cats in like really gruesome ways, and this like whole community all over the internet spent like years trying to track this dude down, and finally ended up catching him.
Good on them. I like the
I
cat
think
and
it-
dog movies.
Oh no, I think it might be on Netflix.
Yeah, there's
There's a
one on
documentary.
Netflix. I know that one. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
that one.
And that's the same one I'm talking about. Yeah.
I actually feel sorry for you, Dominic, because if you watch the cats and dog movies, you want to be rooting for the cats, don't you?
Yep.
But the dogs always prevent the cats from not overtaking. Send in the Russians.
I mean, taking it.
Cats rule.
How do you think
law.
they? You remember when Shia LaBeouf put that flag up, "He will not divide us" on the pole? You remember when they had the video of it? It was a 24-hour live stream of this flagpole, and nobody
Yeah.
knew where it was at. These motherfuckers got so clever, dude. They took video from all different types of the day, figured out what stars systems were in the background. They like figured out the sunlight at its angle, and they were able to pinpoint where the fuck this flagpole was at within just a couple miles, and they ended up finding it within like a week after doing that.
Ow.
I think it was a bunch of people on Reddit or something took it upon themselves to find this flagpole. They were clever as fuck finding it, though. And it was all just from the videos of the 24-hour feed.
I don't know why, but I keep thinking it's well, it is now Friday. I keep thinking it was Friday, so now thinking it's Saturday.
I don't know what day it is. I'm lost.
It's just gone to Friday for us, so it'll be Friday for you.
It's 9 a.m. here. Yeah.
No, is it midnight already?
Yeah, 1 minute past
Midnight
midnight.
already. Crikey.
1 minute past midnight.
Cold Drum Solutions is on tomorrow.
Yep.
Mm.
This time tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got what's it, hasn't he? Three Conservative He's on in a bit.
Yeah, but
Yep.
you gotta really like that other one.
That's in 1 hour.
And Ray Kelly on now as well.
I
doing
think
now.
he's on. Okay. I thought he was off for a week. I know Johnny's off for a week. That's why Art did his thing.
Oh, so Art did his usual kidnapping of the spot, hijacking of the spot. Yeah.
Yeah, he sent me a message like an hour before saying, "Oh, I'm on tonight," and I went, "Oh, thanks." I didn't have, I was doing something, so all I could do was listen.
Yeah. Who are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Who do you think?
I don't know. I missed it. I was talking
yeah,
to my
Ray
daughter.
just started.
Paintbrush.
Ray's live, y'all.
Johnny
I
didn't
started
go on
then.
last night, so Art went on instead of him.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, and as I said, he tells me an hour before, and
Like
I hadn't put it in my calendar. I put the everything I do, it goes in Google Calendar. So
like
if you don't get in, you miss the slot, you're out.
Yeah, he's like a Japanese sniper.
Well, and the thing is too, is you're always going to the same shows, the same days, same time every week. So you're already
Yeah,
on
and
kind
I
of a
put it,
schedule.
as I said, I put it in my calendar that I got to
Yeah,
do this, and that.
I've got them in my calendar on my phone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is
I
what it
give
is.
those-
You can't make it, you can't make it.
Yeah, first person that gets in that date in my calendar, I'm in.
Yeah, but Art does all this because he thinks it builds his channel, but never gets anybody else coming onto it other than the ones that normally do.
Well, what are you saying? Like nobody from the other channels that don't go to his ever show up?
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because you got specific people that go to certain shows and they don't go to other ones.
Mm.
Yeah.
So those are the people you're talking about. Like he thinks he's going to pull that crowd in, is what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe the Johnny crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, he wants his watch hours. Anything to get more money.
Well, and that's why more people are on YouTube.
Not that you get a lot of money. No. What the hell
That's what he talked about.
Too much like hard work trying to get money off YouTube.
I don't know. I think Justin makes a bit, don't you, Justin?
Not that much. Not
We
off
used
ad
to.
revenue. Not really. Ad revenue never really brought in a lot, but I'm not getting millions of views every live stream either, though.
$100 is $100, though.
Mind you, you're lucky if you get a view now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fuck off. No, I've never gotten more than a couple $100 a month, and then it's gone down sometimes to 50 and then back up. But it's always stayed
something.
between like 50 to 200.
As I said, it's something.
Yeah, I can use that money to buy more junk I don't need.
Yeah.
More toys.
But you have to put a lot of effort into
It all depends on what kind of content you're doing. It really determines the
Yeah,
effort.
there's always one good content that'll make
Well,
a
I'm
lot
saying
of.
if you're making videos like Nexus Gamer or J2 Cents, you know, there's a lot of production and time and scripting that goes into all that stuff, you know. Well, not so much scripting, but like there's a lot of time in those videos.
Hey, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna jump off here.
Okay, then. Yeah,
Go
don't
ahead,
jump too far.
Gaming videos aren't really that hard to do. I mean, they don't take that much effort. A little bit of editing if you're posting videos. But if you're live streaming, it's just live streaming. I mean,
No, that's true. Yeah.
I've been getting more people coming in since I started on the YouTube Shorts live feed. Because now that Streamlabs has it for both simultaneously, they had it for just, you could only do one at a time. You could either go vertical or horizontal. But now they allow you to do both. They finally added that a couple weeks back, like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So. And you can do it in OBS too. I think that's how Jason does it. I like Streamlabs though. Streamlabs has always been really stable. I've never really had a lot of problems with it. I liked Prism a lot, but Prism was really finicky, dude. You started messing with like the bit rates and stuff to turn them up for YouTube because YouTube recommended, I think it was like 9,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
over 9,000.
Yeah, the default was set at like 2,500, I think. And if you put it any over 5,000, it would just constantly boot the stream. And then when Jason, oh, go ahead. But when Jason started doing his bit rates and he was adjusting them, he had the same issue. But Prism is a really nice program and it's all free.
Yeah. That's the good thing.
Yeah, see, like Prism and Streamlabs, they've done a real good job of kind of adding all that stuff already in there where OBS is kind of bare bones and you have to really go out and get stuff for it. You know, like plugins, different things like that to already do what Streamlabs and like Prism will do. And both of them use OBS in their background too. So if you know how to do OBS, those programs are nothing. They're super simple. But I went with Streamlabs because I've never really had an issue with it. And plus, I did the 1-year subscription this year, and then they gave me that free. I guess probably included in the price, but I got that Stream Deck. I had the 15 buttons.
Yes, Paul.
Guys,
What's
you
up?
gonna do?
I think you're about ready to pack it in, are you?
Yeah, that's
What
it.
were you?
Back and kick us off. Don't worry
You
about
ain't
it.
even been here now. You want us to leave?
Yeah, where you been at?
I just went and did a ship.
Oh, we thought you were up there cleaning the gutters up.
No.
Told us he was going to do a ship.
Yeah.
I don't know. He says that so many times it just spaced
How did
by
the
me.
how did the ship go?
Ship did
Ship-
fine, came downstream and did its thing.
It stayed
So
floating.
it didn't hit the side of the bank again?
No. No, they're pretty good about that now.
Yeah, because Dreamtime Live actually clipped that little bit and put it on their website.
Yeah, I know.
How many how many views you got now on that?
I don't know. I haven't looked. Just a minute. Give me a second. My channel. Manage my videos. $36,172 views.
Oh wow.
Wowzers.
Yeah, all my other ones are like 20, 30, 70, 80, 60.
Something's done well.
Yep.
You hit the jackpot.
Just it's all a matter of David of being in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
Oh, remember that short I was talking about this morning? Of Matt's? It's up to 326,000.
Yay.
Last time I looked at it, it was at 250 something.
Yeah. 36,000. Taking 5
Don't let
years
him
to
know
get
that.
that number.
He'll think he's got a big channel.
I think I'm almost at 1.7 million views. Let's see.
Nice. Yeah, I think it is getting a bit early in the morning.
Oh, you ready to pack it in, Dominic? I'm gonna,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
feeling.
leave it up to you.
Don't leave it up to Dominic. You'll kick us off.
Well, who else is with me?
Who else wants to
Oh,
leave?
you're on your own. Goodbye.
Joe looks like he's busy. And Justin, I haven't heard a peep out of him.
What?
He's been talking.
I've been talking.
I tell you what, Paul comes back and he says, "Y'all ready to pack it in? He ain't never been here."
Well,
So who's the
I
one that
don't
wants
mind
to
you
leave?
guys. You want to keep going? That's fine. It's just I don't want to, because you guys are kind enough to let me go get a ship and come back and do some other things. And
We were fine. We were just talking.
okay,
What's Paul saying? He's going to edit and not pay attention to us, so it's going to be the same as usual.
Yeah.
no, you got me all wrong. I'm not like that.
We got you pegged.
You're not like that.
I'm
Yeah, I'm not pegging Paul. Just
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's been enough
Paul.
pegging today.
Paul, you are so predictable that guy knows how to get into your channel all the time. And then you almost put the stuff back in there to let him get in again.
Did he? Did he come back at all?
No, because you're not here. It was being run properly.
No, he never came back.
If it's a he, but I imagine it is.
It is, because he had his face one time on it.
I don't think that was him, Joe. I think that was a pre-recorded video. A lot of times it's not actually them, even if a camera does show it. Unless they actually sit and talk to you and you can see them, talking to you.
Yeah, well, he's probably so stupid he don't realize it.
I like that one guy that came on Paul's at one time and stuck his finger up his ass.
Yeah. He came on and started talking, and then
Yeah, that dude was literally on camera. Like he
I can't.
was talking to Paul. Paul asked him
Yeah.
how he was doing. He answered a couple questions. All of a
Yeah,
sudden he
I
gets up
can't.
and dude, that dude's balls were hanging to his knees too. It was so gross.
Yeah, I can't. I can't unsee that.
I'm glad I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
So, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, Randy. I still can't unsee it.
All I know is what happened this morning is as soon as it happened, I hit remove, so I didn't really get to see it.
Yeah. What's he doing that? Yes, Randy, he was. It was gross. Turned around, walked over, bent over in front of the camera. His balls were hanging to his knees, and he stuck his finger right up there.
I'm glad I went on for that one.
No, this was like probably a year ago.
Oh, I reckon.
I remember it.
too.
Yeah, I do remember it happening, but I wasn't on for the actual thing. I just remember everybody giggling about it.
We can work on them again tomorrow. They're in the garage, so the ones I cleaned are already done.
What, your balls?
Yeah.
What minute we're talking? He's
No,
talking
just
about-
Thomas was asking me about his weight set because
Yeah, no, but what minute you were talking about some guy balls between his knees? Next thing you're talking about them being in the garage.
yeah, because my sister gave him a bunch more weights for a weight set, but they were like old Sears ones that were sitting outside for a while and they got a little rusted. But I took I got one of those wire brushes for the drill.
Yeah.
And when I cleaned two of them up, they looked really good when I got two of them done.
Oh look, we got a
What?
message. We had a message there for
There you go. I'll just do that.
Hey, Dominic, now since South Florida meetup's over and Rhode Island is coming up, now they're gonna talk about that until that's over with. They're gonna talk about Minefield. It's gonna be year round.
Yeah, then Vegas.
Then Vegas.
Year round.
And it'll be time to start to, well, it's always time to talk about South Florida.
Oh yeah.
I actually think that person's someone in the community.
It could be.
No, it is.
Oh.
Which person?
Well, it's been quiet all night. And then as soon as we mention it, they're there in the chat.
And it sounds
Well,
like
that don't mean that they're not
No,
sitting
no,
and
no.
watching it though.
Yep.
Message deleted by.
You can still view it though.
Black Diamond.
It said gutless MAGA morons.
Okay.
Just want to point out, I am no MAGA supporter, and I never claim to be and never will be.
You're not even
Douglas,
American.
You're not the one hiding.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, guess
You can't
what?
use-
I
you
don't
can't
give a
use the
fuck
right
what your
words.
political opinion is, what your political side is. We could have a little debate about it or whatever, but at the end of the day, we stay friends, and I don't give a fuck.
Mm.
Everyone has the right to their own political opinion.
Apart from which, MAGA is not an actual word. Not even an American word.
Yes, it is. Back
No,
it
it's
in.
not. MAGA.
Don't upset them.
MAGA is,
Yeah.
but MAGA isn't.
No, MAGA.
That's just
is
an
the Donald
abbreviation.
Trump abbreviation. It was what do they call it? An acronym or something?
Make
Making,
America great again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, make America great again. Yeah, what a fucking
Yeah, see, if
stupid
you're
thing.
in England, you'd be mega.
Just like
Make
Doge
England
was
great
Department
again.
of Government Efficiency.
Yeah.
Dude,
but,
the government loves
uh,
acronyms, dude.
They might
Yeah.
just call them Doge. Might as well have just been called douche. Because he's not happy about Trump's spending plans, is he? He's kicked off and went, I made all these savings and Trump's just gonna spend it all. That's what you was brought in to do. Make some money so we can spend it elsewhere.
Yep. Okay.
That's what government are doing over here. They're going to go on the attack and wipe out all the disabled people and treat them like shit, so they can give some pensioners that don't need it their fuel allowance back.
Yeah.
There was one woman the other day, she was complaining about this winter fuel allowance that they've taken off the pensioners, £300. She's going, oh, I don't know how I'm going to cope with it. And we were having a general conversation about it. And then all of a sudden, this guy went, I just asked, what did you spend the £300 on? And she went, well, I usually use it on going on 2 holidays a year. Well, the guy went fucking nuts, didn't he? He was like, it's supposed to be for your electricity, you stupid cow. You don't fucking need it if you want to spend it on holidays.
Mm.
I was like, well, I'll just leave you guys to it. I'll get on the bus.
Hey, do you get that eating allowance as soon as you get onto your state pension?
No. You used to.
Damn.
It's now means tested. But they're on about bringing more people into the means testing bracket, so you may get it. It depends on how much pension you get.
I doubt it. I don't get anything else because of my pension.
Hey, when that heat thing gets hot, I put it against my arm accidentally.
You don't want to do that.
Let's put it this way.
I know that. I knew that, but I did. So it got me right there.
Last year, I paid £500.
Lukewarm water on a cloth. What
You
you
got
doing?
silver dye in the back. I'll just stick it on it.
Let's put it this way, David. Last year, I paid £500 income tax on my works.
And criticize me. I mean, I do it for your safety.
So basically, you paid yourself your benefit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
Tip.
it just means to say that my works pension is higher than my tax code.
Your PIP should come to an end, though. When you get state pension, you should move over to attendance allowance. It's exactly the same amount, it's just a different name, and because it's attendance allowance, you don't have to follow all the rules about medical notes and all that shit.
What rules?
You know how you get reassessed for PIP every 4 years?
Yeah, they just come out and I look to the side of them while they ask me questions.
Yeah, but you should, once you get your state pension, you should move over to attendance allowance, then you'll never be reassessed.
All right. I don't know. I guess they'll do that automatically.
No, you got to apply for it. We ain't gonna make it easy.
Only got 2 months now, and a week or so.
I am 4 days away from my next falling out with the DWP.
Oh no.
I get my
Been
work.
been on UC now for 3 months and they got it wrong 3 times.
I get my works pension on.
So why would the 4th be any different?
And I get my PIP on the 9th.
Is it the 9th or the 10th? What was the 10th?
9th.
That's a Monday.
Well, it's midnight Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, so it is the 10th, technically.
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. I started panicking now. I was thinking, have I got the fucking all my money muddled up? Because I've got an Excel spreadsheet that calculates my money for the next 5 years. And if I get one date out of place, it's fucking I don't know, I'll throw it everywhere.
Yeah, well, that doesn't take into account increases due to inflation.
No, it doesn't, but I can put them in at a later date when they come in. I just tell it how much PIP is and it'll work it out from that.
I just have a little note on my calendar telling me I'm getting paid today. They get paid on the 2nd of June because the 1st is a Sunday and they don't pay you on a Sunday. I hate that. If you get paid on the 1st of the month, it should be paid on the 1st of the month. Whether the banks are open or not, it's all electronic. They don't need anybody.
Yeah, I know.
Usually, if something important like that falls on a Sunday here, usually you'll get it Friday.
Yeah, same here.
They'll give
Falls
it
on a
to you on a
Saturday.
Friday.
No,
Saturday, Sunday, or bank holiday goes on the day before.
Yeah,
it used to be, but it's not anymore.
No, I'm
Now
saying
you're
over
the-
here is your standard issues like that.
It,
You
it
get
should
it
still
early.
be because my universal credit, where this time, well, last time, when it fell on the bank holiday, I got it on the Friday.
Because that's what the county does here whenever our pay period comes around. If it falls on a weekend, we'll get it that Friday.
Yeah. Which payment did you not get on the day before, Mark?
My pension.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's not state, is it? That's paid by a company.
No, it's local government.
Yeah, but it's government as in it's a company pension rather than
No, but it's run by Tameside Council.
yeah, but that's what it's paid on behalf of Tameside Council.
No, it's paid after the Greater Manchester Pension Fund.
Yeah, but it won't be paid by Tameside Council. It's paid by
No, it's paid by
whoever the pension company is.
the payment comes out of Tameside Council.
Yes, I know it does, but it's not paid by them.
He's talking
Basically-
about it's coming out of the investment firm that's dealing with
Yeah,
it.
their investment pot.
Yeah.
So that's why it's probably paid a day later, because they can keep it an extra day and gain that little bit extra interest.
All the banks' direct debits and everything do the same thing now. They come out after.
Yes, direct debit's different because it was something the government did, Joe, because sometimes like some people with a work if they were getting paid on a bank holiday, like your pension, it would come the day after. But
Yeah.
with government pension, when government state pension or universal credit or PIP and that, when that falls on a bank holiday, it's always the day before or the working day before.
Yeah, I mean, it can't happen on a bank holiday when you get paid on Tuesday, unless it's Christmas or
Christmas.
Day.
Yeah. Well, none of mine will ever fall on a bank holiday ever again
on New Year's Day.
because mine's on the 10th and 24th. Or a Thursday. And Pip is on a Tuesday.
But yeah, it's supposed to be, what's it, every 2 weeks, isn't it? Universal credit? No.
No, every month.
Is it?
Yeah, you can opt for it every 2 weeks, like I have. But it's starting to piss me off because it always seems to fall on a day where I get another payment. So if I wanted it so it was like 1 week I get UC, the next week I get ESA.
Yeah.
But because they've got it set on a set date, 10th and 24th, yeah, at the moment it's all falling. So my next one actually comes with my PIP.
Yeah, come to think of it, Kate gets hers on the 11th. Yeah.
Yeah, that's because of a national insurance number. Yeah, it's something to do with your national insurance. The first two letters of your national insurance number dictate what day you're going to get paid.
All right.
When it comes to UC and other benefits that are paid monthly.
Oh, mine starts with WE.
So Christmas is on a Thursday this year.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So that might
be fun.
So Thursday, Friday, then Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
And that's
The
sod's law,
Boxing Day
because I
is
get-
a public holiday over here.
So I'll get paid on the 24th, yeah, which doesn't get affected by it. And I don't think ESA gets affected by it this year.
And just on a slight note for that, Boxing Day this year is the Ashes.
Is it? All right.
Yep.
Boxing
that'll
Day,
be fun.
Boxing Day gets taken up with football.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Ashes is on a. It's technically over here. It comes on Christmas Day. Christmas Day.
Yeah. It'll be Christmas night for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be what? Because it's 10:30 here. It'll be what 1:30 in the morning. It'll start.
It'll still be the same. It'll still be Boxing Day.
Actually, no, it'll be mid 11:30 because we'll have daylight saving and you won't. So it drops back another couple.
Oh yeah, our clocks go
back and mine go forward.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
on that note, I'm going to drop off. So if
You
you
leaving,
want to,
Dominic?
yeah, if you want to continue, it's all up to you.
Oh, how nice of you.
Well, whatever the other guys think.
We
I'm
don't.
out.
We're not
Dominic,
paid to
you
think.
have a good rest of
Okay.
the evening.
I'm out, and I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
See you later.
I see you, Dominic.
Later, Dominic.
Joe, are you still having that coughing problem and stuff?
No cough. It's all right here. Like a chest cold.
That's because you went and visited people and were hugging babies.
I haven't been anywhere. No. I have not been anywhere. Went
You
to the
did-
grocery.
You went to meet Johnny. Blame Johnny.
Yeah, never know. Never know.
You kind of sound like JFK. Not lie.
Yeah, I do.
JFK Jr.
Might be you saying
No, he's dead.
RFK. Jr.
RFK.
I must have there's some of that died.
It just kind of sounds like you've got a sore throat.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Mm.
Oh yeah, RFK. I keep saying JFK, Randy.
Yeah. The only person that sounds like JFK is Charles. Going like that was because he never says anything.
He talks too much.
He does, yeah. When he's on the arts panel, he can't get a word in edgeways. I think he actually says more in the chat than he does on the panel.
Yep.
Because when you come in on the chat, he doesn't say hello to you from the panel. He says it in the chat.
He'll go.
Well, I mean, is it hard for him to talk a lot though?
No,
No.
he goes, hey,
No,
Lloyd, hey, Art.
He's just
everybody
always
in the chat.
quiet. Yeah, and that's about it. For the rest, until I actually asks him a question.
Well, I was just wondering because you can tell that he had a bad stroke. That's why I was wondering maybe if it was difficult for him.
Now listen to him the way he does it. He goes, hey, Art, hey, Lloyd, hey, everybody in the chat. Every time.
Well, that's good though.
But I mean, he's not on any of the, or not many of the other drone channels. I think he appears on a couple of them every now and again.
Yeah.
But I think most of the time he's on actually gaming stuff with his friends. He doesn't he do a lot of simulator and role play stuff, I think.
So you're talking about
Charles Butsky.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yo.
Yeah.
Does he live stream it or?
No. I think I think he goes in on a live stream with
Finished?
other guys do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those RP servers for Microsoft Simulator, and they go super detailed when like they'll be running a full on airport, and everybody will be taking flights, and they're all using all the correct like acronyms and everything.
Mm.
Like they're real serious in those.
Well,
I've seen some videos.
Lloyd does that as well.
Yeah, it don't surprise me. Lloyd's always been into video games though.
Mm.
I mean, him and his wife were like big into what is it, World of Warcraft or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they had a full on fucking whole clan with a banking system and everything that they used. Because he said his wife was a banker for years for their clan.
Mm.
It's Thanksgiving on the 27th this year.
Last Thursday, third Thursday of the month, isn't it?
Why?
I don't know if it's the first or the last.
It's the third Thursday.
Oh, you guys celebrate Thanksgiving over there?
No.
Oh.
Oh, I was like, well, what the hell you guys? Why you want to know when Thanksgiving is?
So 20th. That means Black Friday is the 21st of the year.
Oh, you're trying to figure out when Black Friday is. Okay.
Huh?
You could have just asked that.
No, I was just checking my money and I actually get paid fucking just after Black Friday. As usual.
Oh, dude, that happened to me so many years in a row when I worked at Walmart.
Fucking happens
Pissed
every
me
day.
off.
Mm.
But then they started putting the sales on for like 3-4 days at a time.
Yeah.
And the stuff wasn't selling out like it used to. There was a few items that would get like sold out real quick, but like they would have like a really good deal on like a 32-inch TV, but they'd have like 4 pallets of them and only like a half a pallet sold through the first day, you know.
Black Friday, I'll have an extra 800 and odd, nearly £900 a month. So,
The one thing we used to have a lot left over was memory cards. Dude, they would send us 2 or 3 SanDisk memory card displays that just had thousands of them on it. Dude, we would sell memory cards at Black Friday sales for probably 3 or 4 months after the sale. Because the store manager can choose to put those items at the Black Friday sale and keep them at that price. As long as he wants to get rid of them. Walmart don't care. As long as the store gets rid of them. So sometimes you can go in there weeks after Black Friday and they might still have a particular item in the back. There was a couple of years we got slammed with Chromebooks. I mean, we had hundreds of them in the back. Like where we had to bring in an extra lockup cage because we didn't have room in our cage for all of them. And people were getting those for $100 a piece for a good 4 or 5 months it took us to get rid of all of them.
They all thought they were getting a bargain.
Well, at the time, that particular Samsung Chromebook had just come out and it was like $150 or $200. Like they reduced it pretty good. And a lot of kids over here use a lot of Google programs in their school. You know, a lot of the schools use a lot of Google programs.
Yeah.
So parents was buying them up, but now the schools give the kids laptops and iPads now, so they don't even have to go out and get their own computer anymore. They give them a case, a charger, everything for it. And they just use it the whole year and then they return it at the end of the year.
You know that laptop I got from a charity event?
Yeah.
Won't fucking run OBS. Because
It's too much processing.
No, because it's an ARM chip.
It's got dedicated graphics built in it, right?
No, it's got a graphics card, but because it's got an ARM chip and not a Intel or Ryzen.
Oh, Ryzen.
Yeah.
What? Does that affect that?
Yeah, apparently OBS does not work on ARM chips. It
Oh,
crashes
wow.
all
I
the
didn't
time.
know that.
No, I didn't until I fucking found out the other day. So I'm gonna have to use the free version of Streamlabs. Streamlabs.
Shut up, Justin.
Yeah,
Oh,
Linux
Lord,
has some issues. You shut up. Linux has some
I
issues
can't
with
talk. I can't talk too much there, Laura.
certain streaming
So-
programs too
So,
sometimes.
okay, I'll shut up.
Joe?
You know when he did that and he was putting that face, he actually looked like Lance. He even sounded a bit like Lance.
Have you tried Streamlabs or Prism?
No.
Those both are free to use.
Yeah, but I think what is it? Streamlabs.
Yeah, that one's free. You just can't
Is
multi-stream.
that the one that's like OBS?
Yeah.
But it's all like all the plugins are already built into it. Like you can add more, but like all your basic plugins
I'll be
are
back
already
in a
there.
few, and if you guys decide to close, just close it down.
All right. Just make somebody. Oh, you leaving? All right.
Yeah, you want me to make
No,
somebody?
just
the
go ahead.
host?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who do you want to be host? You, Justin?
Ask him the question, Justin. Did he get his
Yeah. Do what?
What?
Did he get your gutters done yet?
Oh, I said something about it earlier. He didn't say
I
nothing.
haven't heard anything.
No.
Not heard anything.
Right.
Hello, Star.
Joe?
Hi, Laura.
I hope you've had a fantastic day.
He has not.
I did.
He has a sore throat.
Oh, such a shame.
Leave him alone.
Working
It
at
is.
gas stations again.
What
No.
happens if you kiss your dogs too much?
No, but Streamlabs is free though,
Yeah,
David.
we
It does.
should-
You,
Hear what she said then, Joe.
I'm not paying attention to her.
She said it's what happens when you kiss your dog too much and they've been kissing her ass.
but the only thing with Streamlabs is you just can't multi-stream for free. Prism you can though.
I thought it said you can stream 2 places at once.
You can stream 2 places at once with Streamlabs.
Yeah,
Uh,
Streamlabs.
I've done it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I streamed to 3 different places, so
Yeah, but I'm streaming just to YouTube because I'm going to be I want it
yeah,
to do.
Streamlabs would work perfect for you as long as it'll run on that computer.
Yeah, you
Now
know,
they
like I
do
did
use.
with, I could do with OBS for my Euro trucks and have Zoom in the window without going
Yeah,
live.
you can. It has all that stuff already built into it.
That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. But
But they do use actual OBS as their background base that they built off of. So I don't know if it will still have the same
It's a
issues.
dumbed down version.
yeah, apparently it does work.
Y'all.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'd try that and see.
But
David behind you can send that one.
Well, I wouldn't say that Streamlabs is a dumbed down version. It's just a more user friendly version. Because
It's
it already.
a dumbed down version of OBS.
yeah, but anyway, all I want to do is
Because
stream with
I actually find it to be better than regular OBS myself. That's just my opinion.
Where's the longest stick, David?
don't know.
I'll take care of it. Hold on a sec.
One.
Shut up.
Oh, Joseph, you played Fortnite yet?
No, I ain't been on there today.
I played it. First game on, got the new
The new spaceship.
bit.
I need to load the game up just to cancel the fucking Game Pass. I'm not paying for it again.
You're
I'll
not
tell you,
paying
get
for
rid
it,
of this
nothing.
pile of shit.
What are you trying to get? What are you trying to take off?
The Game Pass.
Fortnite Crew.
Fortnite Crew. I paid for a whole month and I haven't played it because it's fucking shit.
Okay, I was wondering why you were trying to delete Game Pass as an Xbox because of the Fortnite crew. You were
No, it's the
confusing me there.
Fortnite Crew I need to cancel. The one you pay £10 a month for.
That one you can cancel on the PC right in the game.
That's what I'm saying. I need to load the game up just to cancel it.
To do it on the fucking Xbox or PlayStation, oh my god, dude, Matt had to jump through all these hoops to finally find the page to cancel it. He was getting super pissed. I was on the phone with him.
Yeah, I can't imagine Matt taking it too calmly.
Do what?
Rio! Free me!
What have you done?
He fell! He fell on the back! I didn't touch him! Free me!
You might want to go see where he's at. He might be stuck back there.
No, he won't be.
Hear him!
The clever little fucker.
Free me! Free baby! Oh, he's up! That was your brother's fault. He put you down there.
That's it. Blame someone else.
He did. Bluey pushed him. But in fact, to get him doing it again.
I really like this new Corsair mouse, so it's got the weights in it that you can add to it. Make it heavier.
Right, where are you, mister? I don't want to poke you down there again. Come on,
Pick your button.
come on. Come on, baby. I need you to check my back in a minute. Oh. I'll tell you in a minute.
And it's got some kind of sniper button built into it. I don't know what the fuck it does though. I'll have to test that out later. See how long I have to finish that battle pass. I got plenty of time. So how'd your buses turn out, Dave?
Trams.
Or trams? I guess it's not there.
Yeah, they might look like buses, but they run on train tracks.
Oh, I know, Randy. Those things are 4th of July and New Year's. Sucks when it falls in the middle of the week, dude. They'll keep you up all night if you got to work early. All you hear is 1 and 2 inch shells going off all fucking night. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking everywhere.
Right.
Justin has a smoothie.
Yes.
I would have countered that, but I don't know what measurement you guys are using for that over there. How many stones is it?
We use millimeters.
It just makes it look sound even bigger. It's 136,000 millimeters.
You're over there.
Don't need to be rude.
Justin,
What?
I just asked Google to work out your maths. Yeah. 5,000 inches?
5,000 inches.
You said 13,000 millimeters, yeah?
No, I said 136,000 millimeters.
Yeah. Hey, Google, what is 136,000 millimeters in inches?
136,000 millimeters is equal to 5,354.331 in
5,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Just dragging it along. Do you mind not standing on that, please?
Yeah, I'm like one of those dogs that has to have the wheelchair on its back legs. Walk around with one of those behind me.
I can just see you doing it, going around with like a Randy with your balls in a wheelbarrow.
Oh, dude, there was a whole fucking damn episode of South Park that they did that.
That's what I was on about. That's I said
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah, and they're
With
giving
the-
each
with the
other ball
integrity
cancer.
weed. Yeah.
Yeah, so they could fucking smoke weed. They were giving each other testicular cancer. Man, that show goes off the wall sometimes.
But they're still making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I think the show's still going, and then they do these specials every
Because over here, only every
5
time I
6
put it
months
on,
or
it's
something.
always the fucking repeats.
They're doing a lot of these specials now where they're like an hour or two long, and
Yeah.
it's like one long, like almost like a movie, and they release one about every 6 months or a year or so.
All right, that's probably
The
why.
one that was on live streaming though, like I said, if you've been around social media at all, that episode is hilarious. That is one of the best ones, and it was one of their specials they did. Let me see what the name of it is.
I think we watched that one.
That was the one where he was Randy was cooking nude on OnlyFans. He was doing a cooking stream. He's like, all right, we're gonna put some vegetables in our salad, and he goes, and then we're gonna put a little bit of nuts. And he flaps his ball sack down on the table. You see everything. And his wife walked into him and caught him doing it. Then she started her OnlyFans page just to get back at him.
There's that Olympic canoeist that's made headlines today because he's complaining. He's been told by the Olympic Committee he's got to make a choice: his Olympic career or his OnlyFans page. And he went to the media with it.
Honestly, the OnlyFans is probably more lucrative.
I'm going to turn the lights out in a minute before it's huge meeting.
There's some seriously shite offers from McDonald's.
I know they are.
Get 40% off your next 5 orders on Uber Eats.
I'd rather have David Eats.
Well, don't McDonald's do?
Yeah,
So,
McDonald's are on Uber. Yeah.
Get 40% off.
I ain't got any money till Monday. I'm about to knock a bird out here. Hold.
That's it. You give me the bat.
Did you get told off before I got here? There isn't as many tonight, David.
God, she sounded just like you guys when you're taking the piss out of the British then.
Thanks.
Yeah, did you hear that? Guessing none of them did.
I don't know what they're doing.
I think Mark's fallen asleep.
Justin's getting a tape measure out.
No, I was in the kitchen.
Justin's too busy watching something.
Yeah. Yeah, Justin, did you hear Laura then?
Oh my god. What?
So did you hear Laura then?
No.
You know how Donald takes the piss out of the British accent?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she went over to the birdcage and did that exact voice. Sounded a bit like Tim, but without the
Right, insult me.
thing. She went, did you get told off before I got over to the cage, did you? In a posh Cambridge accent.
They have posh accents in Cambridge.
Yeah. They're not posh, but they have posh accents. One way to get rid of it. See up there?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the Hoover on it.
We're going into darkness in a minute.
What?
We're going into darkness in a minute.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to figure out where I'm sleeping.
Can you get me a Dr. Pooper?
No.
2 days to go, and then I'm at Wembley.
2 days ago, to get peace and quiet.
Why will you?
You're not it.
Get out. Come on, back up. Sling your up.
Okay, you can. Yeah.
Go and get me Dr. Booper, please.
Last slave dial.
She hasn't died yet.
Not getting away that fucking English. Still there. Oh, Dory won the bottom.
There you go. Watch that link right there. That's funnier than shit. It's Randy from South Park. It's a short of him.
Just a minute.
Yeah, you want to have a laugh when we watch that.
Where have you
Wait
posted
till his wife walks in. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, where have you posted it?
In the chat.
What,
In the-
YouTube?
Yeah, the YouTube chat, because it's a YouTube short.
So it come through.
Not come through.
Oh, it is on my end. Can you see it, Joe?
Just refresh the page.
No, it has.
Oh.
Your chat froze.
You guys' chats must have froze.
Oh, yeah, because Undeveloped Studio was obviously posting shit.
It's Undeveloped Studio. Oh, I'll
Well-
bring it.
Just hit live chat again. It should refresh it.
Yeah, I've done it.
I'll go get your drink now, babe.
You're muted, Joe, if you're talking to us.
It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Right, I apologise all those in the chat.
I can't believe well, I mean, it's a cartoon, but they allowed everything just to hang out on that short.
My property's happy that 4th of July is on a Friday. Yeah, because don't you have 4th of July off?
Not everybody now. Some people get it off. Depends. And it's usually in the middle of the week, and if you're somebody that works Monday through Friday and has the weekends off, that shit sucks.
Yeah.
Because they'll keep you up till 2, 3 in the morning fucking lighting off fireworks.
Yeah, I'm going to write off to our government and see if we can get it as a public holiday. The day we gave America back, rejected it.
It sounds like fucking you're in the middle of Fallujah. There's fucking bombs going off, dude. Some of these people go and get big fireworks. I've
You know
seen
what
3 and
puzzles me?
4 inch shells.
You know what puzzles me though? You
What?
have your biggest festival with fireworks at the height of summer. Yeah, so one of the longest days of the year, short as nighttime, and you have your fireworks.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
people.
get to see them.
Yeah, because people let them off in their front yards.
Yeah, but you don't get to see them. You just get to hear them go, boom.
Oh no, you can walk outside and see them. I'm talking about they shoot off professional fireworks, the big ones.
Yeah, but what time are they setting them off?
They usually start at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and they go till 2 or 3 in the morning
Oh, right.
on average.
Yeah, because we have our big firework displays on 5th of November.
Like the 1 and 2 inch shells, those are ones that will, they'll go a couple 100 feet. But then you got the big ones that go way the fuck up there. They go like 400 or 500 feet.
I remember
And-
a couple of years ago, me and one of the neighbours in our old place, we got a packet of rockets, and these were fucking seriously loud rockets. And he went, "What can we do with these?" And I said, "Let's tape them together so when one explodes, it lights the fuse on the other one." And he went, "Would that work?" And I went, "There's only one way to find out." Okay, now. All you could hear is all these 6 rockets went off. It was like, yeah, boom, and then, yeah, boom, yeah, boom, yeah, boom.
Yeah, the thing is though, is like when you got a professional fireworks show going on at every other house. Like I'm telling you, some of these people spend big money.
Yeah,
Talking
we do.
thousands of dollars.
We do on November the 5th.
And they do it on New Year's too. So like I said, there's 2 times a year where you really get fireworks. And then not only that, David, we have Legoland.
Yeah.
Legoland's only about a half mile from the house, and they do a big professional show. And you can see them from our backyard. Like they do, and theirs are loud as fuck. So yeah, all you'll see is like the whole city will be smoky, and all you smell is like sulfur smell
Yeah.
in the air. That's it.
Yeah, same on bonfire night.
It's like a
Like I
gunpowdery
said,
sulfur smell.
We have it in November, and the fireworks start at about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it usually rains.
But the crazy thing is we don't sell those fireworks in our county. So a lot of people go, I think, like to Tampa and Orlando to get them, but then they don't say anything about people shooting them off here. So I don't think they're illegal. I just don't think they're allowed to sell them.
Yeah.
Because all the fireworks stands in my county, you go to them, they got all the little crappy little
one of our
car
neighbors.
showers and shit like that.
Yeah, when we was out one night setting fireworks off, one of our neighbors was like, "You call them fireworks? Watch this one." And he lit this firework off, and it shot off into the air. It just sparkled, and he was like, "What fucking hell crap is this?" And then he looked at the box. He went, "Who the fucking hell makes silent fireworks?" He was pissed.
Oh, and then they have these ones now, and they're these tubes, right? These are they're on like a big long stick, and then they have this big long white tube, and they shoot up in the air, and they do this loud fucking screaming noise at different heights.
They teeth.
It goes woo 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 woo, and it gets louder the higher it goes, and it's fucking when it explodes.
David,
Oh, those ones are loud as hell.
you're not the meeting stuff.
Yeah. You remember the Catherine wheels, Mark?
Yeah.
If you didn't nail them on properly, they'd spin and just
Yeah,
fucking
they'd fly off.
across the garden. I remember the old fireworks display campaigns from the government. When you finish with your when your child has finished with your sparkler, put them in the water. Not the child, you idiot. The child's in the bucket.
I'm going to bed.
And they're with rip wraps. What are they
The old
called?
the old devil bangers used to be funny.
What are they called? Rip wraps? The ones that used to follow you.
Yeah. The old devil bangers used to be great. You had to light them and throw them very quickly. You had like 3 seconds to get rid of it.
The 2 that were, or the 3 that were really popular over here with kids back in the day doing dumb shit was M80s. You had the bottle rockets, the little bottle rockets, and the what were they?
Roman candles.
Roman candles, yeah.
Oh,
A lot of kids doing dumb shit with those.
We used to wait till the bus pulled up at the terminus on top of our road, and we'd stick 3 or 4 rockets in the exhaust pipe, and push them down, and then run. You get the bus to get down to like 2 bus stops down, and they get hot enough to ignite, and all of a sudden you come firing out of the back of the bus.
See, when I lived in Southern California, they were highly illegal, and you weren't allowed. And if you shot them off, the fire department would show up to your house. Like they were really strict on them. But here, they don't give a shit. Like just all night long.
Oh, as a kid, did you ever put the potatoes in the exhaust pipes of buses?
No.
Oh, that was funny.
No,
Big
I
old-
never did that.
Big old double deckers. You'd stick a massive potato in it and, you know, knock it in. And then the bus would go down the road, and all of a sudden you'd hear the bus go boom, 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 boom. Boom! Fucking potato firing everywhere. Bits of bus everywhere.
Well, yeah, because if you're having to shove a potato in there, it's going to take the skin off, which is going to make it slick, so it ain't going to stay in there very long. That kind of pressure pushing against
Yeah,
it.
but that's what I mean. It's the pressure that builds, and then when it releases, it fucking shatters the exhaust pipe and everything. No, when you
Yeah,
think
I
it's
never did that.
have you seen our double decker buses, the size of the fuckers?
Yeah, I've actually seen some over here that people have bought from overseas and had them shipped here. There was
That
one
must cost them
couple
a
that,
fortune.
yeah, there was one couple that made a little like dine-in kind of
Oh, that
food truck.
happens all the time over here. Make them
Yeah,
into
they
cafes and little campers and stuff.
like they turned it into a little food truck, and then they built this really nice deck outside of it on their property, and then they had like tables and chairs out on the deck that the customers could sit at.
Yeah, they've got one that goes round that someone's converted. The whole downstairs is the cafe. Upstairs is seating area with like computer terminals and stuff. But because it can travel around, when it pulls up in a field, it's got this side panel that just drops down, and each deck is just literally there, just falls down. The decking's there for people to sit on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you get them set in truck laybys for what's it? Bacon butty.
Vans, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be great having it as a mobile shop.
Mm.
Well, a single decker. I wouldn't have a double decker going upstairs and having to get stuff. But a single decker.
I mean, there's a few people on the American on YouTube that have turned the old school buses into
RVs. Vans and stuff.
Yeah.
RVs.
Yeah, because you can go to an auction and get a freaking used school bus for super cheap.
Mm.
Yeah, and they're made to last as well.
And they're maintained.
Thank you.
Especially, well, if they're county ones anyway.
Yeah. Oh, not first buses on. Fucking hell, there's some shake, rattle, and roll. It puzzles me how every day we seem to have new buses down here. Well, they're not new, but they're old buses from another area.
Mm.
It's like they come to Basildon just for the giving the last rides, the last run.
Yeah.
You'll do a week in Basildon and then you're fucking doomed, mate.
Well, the stagecoach is normally white with orange and blue stripes in it or something.
Yeah. They've got a couple of red ones now with ribble on the side again.
Yeah, well, they do the green one as well now, which is for the electric buses.
Yeah.
And now, because of this idiot in the...
I'm back.
I don't know what he is, whether he's one of the mayor or whatever.
Andy Burnham.
Yeah, but he's now decided that because we're being the B line, they all have to be yellow.
Yes, because
Joe, what are you chewing on, buddy?
Yeah. Filament.
Yeah, like the start of this next school
Filament.
year, we'll have like a shit ton of 2009 buses that will go to
I need
auction,
to
and they'll
thank you
auction
guys
them off.
again for giving me the time I needed.
You're welcome. Must have been a powerful shit you was trying to get rid of.
No, I went out and mowed the lawn because it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow and the next day.
You mowed it last week.
Oh, it's got to be mowed every 5 to 6 days.
Fast growing grass.
This is summer. This is spring. When it gets to be summer, once a week.
Yeah. So your buses, Mark, they've gone like Transport for London.
Yeah. Well, we've got Transport for Greater Manchester anyway.
Yeah. Well, they're doing that in all areas now. So soon Lancashire will take over theirs, and the buses will become Lancashire buses. So Stagecoach will still run them. But it's going to get confusing now. When you get the bus that goes from Preston to Manchester or Preston into Yorkshire, it's going to look a bit stupid when you got Lancashire buses razzling through the fucking Pennines.
Yeah. Well,
And, it's like last Sunday, the first of the renationalised train services came into force on South Western Trains, and the first train run as a bus service.
Yeah.
Train replacement bus.
I think we've got a lot less now of the little independent bus companies. Most of them seem to be going.
Yeah, because they're getting snapped up by Go Ahead Group, First Group,
Yeah. Then
Stagecoach.
I think Dennis got bought by Stagecoach.
Yeah, what you do is you get enough money together, you build a company up to rival a
Yeah.
bigger company, and you wait
You
for them to
can't,
make you an
though.
offer.
I don't know whether
Now you can't because they've got the bloody commissioners that are paid loads of money. So if I wanted to run bus services to rival First here, I have to go to the commissioner, and then she can come back and go, well, actually, there's not enough passengers to have two bus services on that route. Well, shouldn't it be the survival of the fittest then?
Yeah, but my whole point is people will do that. They'll build small companies, and then they'll start
they
getting
can't over
bigger.
it, though. That's what I'm
And
saying.
then
All
they
the
get to
smaller
a
companies
point.
get snapped up.
It's like these little cell phone companies, they'll pop up, and like Metro PCS did, they'll start putting their own towers up, and then they'll get to a certain size, and big guys come in and say, "How much you want?" And then they sell it and walk away. Make 10 times more than they did when they started it. That cost them to start it up. There's only 3 main phone companies anymore that actually have towers, and that's T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. All the rest of the phone companies all just piggyback off their towers.
Yeah. Over here, it's O2, FreePay, and EE.
See, like here, Metro PCS was out of Florida, and they were getting really big, and they started
They
expanding.
used to be Vodafone, but they've now merged with Free.
And they had their own towers, and T-Mobile came in and said when they started getting really big, T-Mobile came in, offered them a bunch of money. They sold out.
Yeah.
T-Mobile.
Virgin have joined with O2. I think
I'm
BT.
hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that EE get the go ahead with what they were planning on doing with lampposts. They were actually going to work with all networks. So every lamppost would have a little cellular site in it to give out, obviously, a free or an EE signal. And the idea was that the
hotspots.
Yeah. So basically, the council would make money from that that street light, and then obviously, they don't have to worry about the cost of street lighting anymore.
Hey, Justin, I was wondering if you said that T-Mobile sold out.
No, they bought out Metro PCS a while back.
Because my phone is Metro by T-Mobile.
Yeah, because T-Mobile bought them out.
Okay.
So they own Metro. They still have the name. They still use the name, but it's definitely a T-Mobile
Yeah, because
company
it's
now.
a T-Mobile store over here.
That's why I said there used to be a lot of cell companies with their own stuff, but then when the market got really big, it ended up shrinking down to 3 major ones. The 4th one used to be Nextel and what was it? Sprint.
Yeah.
And
Sprint Nextel, yeah.
And then
Don't
Sprint.
forget Altel.
Autel.
Used to.
Those were the 4 big players, and then they got bought out by T-Mobile too.
Cable and wireless that became
pretty sure T-Mobile bought Sprint out.
And he's
But-
now Virgin.
Yeah,
But see-
one of the big companies that were a big loss over here was Phones for You.
Well, see, Sprint was stupid. They did the same thing Kmart and Sears did. They were both dying companies. They merged together and they still died off. And that's what Sprint did. They bought out, oh, what was the little electronics store, Joe?
Maplin.
No, it was Radio Shack. Sprint
Yeah,
bought
which
out
is-
Radio
yeah.
Shack, and then they were
Which was
both
Maplin.
failing. But they were both failing.
Radio Andy.
And then all the Radio Shacks went from
Maplin
selling.
used to be Candy.
Yeah, Radio Shack went from selling like PC parts and all this electronic stuff like transistors and fuses, all this rare like shit other stores didn't carry. They had a niche, and Sprint came in and bought them out and pretty much turned them into cell phone locations.
Yeah, which was on Maplin. You sell all sorts of little fucking gadgetsy shit.
But see, that's where Radio Shack fucked up. Radio Shack should have stayed in their lane when they were back in the day. But in the, I think it was like late in 90s, early 2000s, when cell phones really started hitting the scene, they started focusing more on trying to sell phones and get into the phone market. And they kind of ditched their old customer base that was there to buy fuses and transistors and all the rare shit that you couldn't find at
Yeah.
other stores.
That's what I mean. That's what happened with Maplin. He had everything there on a plate. Used to go in there all the time and come out with some random fucking crap.
Justin, didn't Radio Shack go broke?
Yeah, they got bought out by Sprint and went under. Both of them did. Like I said, Radio Shack, I guarantee you, Radio Shack could still be a thing these days because there's still no box stores that carry stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the radio arm used to use Radio Shack all the time.
Now, I don't know if Micro Center carries anything like that. They'd be the only ones that I could think of that would.
We need
carry
we
it.
need Micro Center over here. We really do need a decent computer store.
But as far as I think Radio Shack, they probably wouldn't be as big as they used to be, but I still think there's a market there. I mean, you can find all that shit online, but sometimes you want to go in the store and look at stuff like that, you know?
Oh yeah, the electronics hobbyist has got nowhere to go anymore, other than RS components, who are fucking expensive.
Yeah, or Amazon with your Chinese crap.
And the thing is they were so organized in there too. Like, you know, it's kind of like when you go into a hardware store and they got all the bolts and the trays that you pull out, and then you open it up and they got all the different sizes organized. You get which bolt you need, you know? Like, that's the way they were. Like, everything was organized, and you could find whatever weird fuse, transistor, just off the wall shit you were looking for. They had it, or they could get it for you. But they didn't stay in their lane. They tried to go into a different direction and fuck their company over. I think they'd probably still be around if they wouldn't have done that. I don't know if they would have still been as successful as they used to be, but I would think they'd still be around.
Like I say, Maplin's used to sell LED lights and also that you could put together and make fucking alarm clocks and shit.
Used to spend many a lunchtime wandering around Maplin's.
Like I say, you always got to the front desk and the guy would be fucking playing with something, be like, "Oh yeah, I want that."
Yeah, it was only around the corner from work.
Yeah, because there's a lot of guys out there still like building their own boards and different shit like that.
Still doing a home electronics, yep.
I mean, the one person I know, actually the two people I know that like doing stuff, like building boards and different things like that, especially is Sean Edge FPV. The amount of shit he's built from scratch is amazing.
To do it. I've still got UV box upstairs for doing circuit boards.
Oh yeah, I think there's a big enough hobbyist out there for that. That if somebody opened like a decent sized store like that in a good location, they'd probably make some money.
Well, tell your Micro Center to come to the UK. We need them.
What, dude? They're barely in the US. They're very particular about where they open stores at. Like, Like I said, we're the fastest growing county in the U.S. and they put the micro center down in Miami. You think they would have put it in the hottest spot of Florida right now, like for growth, you know? But they picked
well,
Miami.
It's weird because Curry's used to be our big computer store, but they moved everything online.
It used to be PC World until Curry's bought them out.
Yeah.
And then they recently built another micro center in North Carolina, somewhere in North Carolina.
I think Dick disappeared as well, hasn't it?
Dixon's were bought out by Carphone Warehouse, and then Carphone Warehouse was bought out by Curry's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to Radio Shack a lot when I was a kid. My dad used to get me a remote, an RC car from there every Christmas. It'd come from Radio Shack. You know, it was one of those really cool, like off-road ones. You got one battery, and bitch lasted 10 minutes if you were lucky, and it took 12 hours to fucking charge the damn thing. So if your parents didn't splurge on an extra charger and a bunch of batteries, like, yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. I remember once buying a fucking mega magnet from called Maplin's, and you could plug it into the wall to give it extra strength. And I plugged it in one day, and all there was a fucking ching. Fucking hell, there were coins and screws and all sorts flying out from under the furniture from and nowhere. Oh, that thing was powerful. Could do with that now. I reckon that could buy about 5.
Al's got a new, I guess they just built one up there in Santa Clara, where he lives at. Yeah, that's actually one of the only stores that actually sells filament that I know of. Like, you can't walk into Walmart and buy filament. Like,
yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, you would, but Micro Center is one of the only places I know of. I mean, there might be other stores out there, but they're the only ones I've heard that actually sell.
There's nothing
filament in the store
that sells filament.
Micro Center, dude, I've never been in one, but I've seen so many videos of it, and oh my god, I could be in that store all day, just drooling on everything. And they give really good deals to first time customers too. Like you get really good discounts when you come in there and sign up for like their reward programs or whatever. You get all these.
I used to like Fry's Electronics.
Oh yeah, Fry's was good back in the day. Best Buy though, like I don't know, dude. Best Buy is like kind of weak when it comes to electronics compared to the old electronic stores. Like the Best Buy around here sucks, dude. Like their inventory is kind of crap.
But what makes the Best Buy the Best Buy?
Remember Circuit City, Joe? Remember the commercials of the big plug coming down and plugging into the ground?
Yeah,
in front of the
Circuit
store?
City. We have one right down the street.
Yeah, I remember that. I've seen a couple old Circuit City buildings where you can still see the red plug up at the front of the store.
Yeah, I bought many a hard drive there.
Circuit City and Best Buy were big competitors back in the day, but Best Buy outlasted them.
Yeah. It reminds me of Sheldon Cooper and Amy. What makes the Best Buy the Best Buy? And then he's like, yeah, but what makes the best Western the best Western? Like, for fuck's sake. Start tongue twisting each other. You live tonight, Justin?
Justin don't go live tonight. It's tomorrow night.
Yeah, but he's now off for was it 3 months?
Oh, they finished for summer now.
Is it 3 months he's off for, Paul?
What's that?
The schools. Is it 3 months they're off for?
3 months for what? What are you talking about?
When do schools go back? over there.
When does school go back?
The school behind me, today was their last day.
Yeah. So when did they go back?
Like,
Ours go back August 11th.
like the first of September,
Yeah. So what's that? May.
right after
June,
Labor
July.
Day.
Yeah. So it's nearly 3 months.
Yeah, ours go back the second week of August.
Scotland have done the same.
That's been the same since I was a little kid. Like, it's just different districts take, you know, like Lance, I don't think gets out for what, another week, maybe 2 weeks. He's a couple weeks behind us. I'm
Ours,
pretty sure.
ours don't finish till sort of like mid to end of July, and have all of August off and go back at the beginning of September.
Apart from Scotland, they finish at end of June.
Well, they finish at the end of May and June when they're doing the GCSEs, because that's when they.
I'm talking about Scotland itself. Country.
I don't know. Dre asked Mark. He knows all those live shows.
What?
Dre said, "Who's live tonight?" He's in the chat.
It's 3 conservative gimps.
It's just art right now. That's it.
Ray Kelly's just finished. Anybody else on?
Yeah,
Yo, you
nobody
need to go
else.
take a shot of liquor or some honey or something or
I was
both,
about to.
because your voice is getting worse.
Yeah. So
Well,
Mark,
nothing hurts.
Scotland.
It's just stopped up.
Yeah, go take a shot of liquor with a little honey dumped in it.
Yeah, Mark, Scotland have break up in a couple of weeks, and they go back in August, start of August.
Mm.
Yeah, there's no standard like timeline for summer. Like every district can be different.
Yeah, it
It
used to
might be
over
the
here,
same
it'd be
across
every-
one state, but every state can be different too.
Yeah,
And
over
it's
here,
always by a
every
few
year the
weeks.
same.
Each education authority has a different start and finish date, but it's usually they end up with like the end of July and all of August stuff.
Yeah, England and Wales is normally roughly the same, apart from the half terms. They fluctuate 1 week back via each other, and then you've got Scotland that completely went the opposite way.
Yeah, because ours can go like 2 weeks before ours or 2 weeks after. So, like some districts might get out a couple weeks before us, and then some might not get out a couple
Yeah.
weeks after us.
You have longer summer breaks because you don't have the half terms.
No, but we got a lot of holiday breaks too. Like you got Thanksgiving, you get a week. Christmas, you get 2.5 weeks, and that's including
over here.
New Year's is included in that.
The end of the term sort of thing. You don't get midterms.
And then there's a lot of 3-day weekends because like Memorial Day, you know, a lot of some of the federal holidays. So you'll get a lot of 3-day weekends.
Right. So now in the UK, you've got your 6-week summer holiday. So school starts in September. Then they have a 1-week holiday in October, normally around about the end. And then they're off for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks at Christmas. Then
See, we don't get nothing for Halloween.
Yeah. No, it's not for Halloween. It's just half term. What the class
Well,
is
I'm
half
saying,
term.
but that's around our Halloween time. We don't get
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it's
for that.
a mid semester.
Yeah, sometimes it falls over Halloween, sometimes it doesn't. Then you've got February half term, which is normally around about Laura's birthday.
About the 10th, usually.
Yeah. Then you've got Easter, and then
Yeah, we get a week off for Easter
yeah, the Easter one.
or spring break, as I say.
Yeah. So the February half term, between February and Easter, could be the short term, or it's the other way around. Easter to
They're not supposed to be in school for more than 6 weeks at a time.
yeah. Then you've got the May half term, which is normally a week, but some schools have 2 weeks. And then you've got July.
Yeah,
is
that's
for
usually
end of term for 6-week holidays. But they also get what they call 5 teacher training days, which are floating days that the school can pick whenever they want.
Mm.
Some schools have, like I said, some schools bunch them all together, so that gives the kids chance to go away on holiday, away from, other schools being off.
In reality, though, if you add up like all our holidays and our 3-day weekends for single day holidays and the week long ones and the 2.5 week, if you add it all up, the kids are out for almost
Half the
what,
fucking year.
4 or 5 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Because
But-
just Easter and Christmas alone is 3.5 weeks off
Yeah.
with New
but
Year's.
over here, our government, our MPs, get the same holidays as the schools.
And then we get at least 5 or 6 3-day holidays where we get 3-day weekends because it's either a federal holiday or it might be a teacher day where the teachers have to come in and like go over
Yeah.
like their curriculum and everything with the administration and all that. So
Yeah,
the kids
so-
aren't there.
Yeah, our
Like a
government
meeting.
MPs get nearly £100,000 a year and get the same holidays that the school kids get. No other job in the UK where you get the same holidays as school kids get.
Except for a school bus.
And then I didn't even, if you add that and then you add Thanksgiving, dude, that's another 2 weeks right there. Like I said, you're looking at about 4 to 5 months they're off altogether.
Yeah, but they
and
don't have
breaks.
school buses anymore, Mark, because all the buses here are
Yeah.
all local services now. So
I'm sorry, bro, but I could not send my kid on a fucking public bus to go to school.
Get a school bus either. We had a public service bus turned up at school. All the kids got on it, and then it just stopped at every bus stop. The normal bus would go.
Well, that's what they started doing over here. The bus will start at the school, so it's only school kids on it at the start, and then if you're an idiot when it pulls up at the bus stop and they're getting on, then you're fucking done.
Are you allowed to get on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, dude, I'm not. No, dude, I'd feel so uncomfortable with random strangers getting on a bus with a bunch of kids. Nah, dude, that's fucking
Yeah, but
weird.
all our buses are cameraed. They've got the
Yeah,
school
but
buses have a
still-
security guard on them. And
Yeah, but
they also,
still, I don't. That's just.
but they also
seems-
have off-duty police officers. Well, not off-duty, but undercover police officers that sit on the buses as well.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, you're kind of introducing a possible security risk that doesn't need to be there. Because
Well,
at any moment, somebody could come on there with a knife and not give two shits, and cops standing right there,
Well,
or any kind of weapon.
It's either that or the kids get. I mean, when I was going to school, I just got normal public bus service because there's no buses going to school as school buses. It's only coming away from school at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable with just random people from the community get on a bus with a bunch of school kids.
Well, the
I'm
thing
not
is,
saying
that many-
anything's happened,
No,
but that
the amount of kids that
poses
get
a
on these
possible.
fucking buses.
Strangely,
Yeah.
the normal public feel exactly the same. When
Yeah.
when the school is going to school and coming home, you get your school kids on the buses.
Yeah,
and there's
so-
normal people.
Yeah, so if I'm at Southend Hospital and I get that 2 o'clock bus, yeah, I'll know if the bus driver is ready for the school kids or not because he'll take his time or he'll speed off like a fucking rocket. You just see him like, fuck that, I ain't going to need that school. Fucking racing round corners doing tipping the bus.
Yeah, see, our buses look school buses over here look completely different than any other bus because they got lights all over them, cameras, flashing lights. Like,
Yeah.
you can't mistake a school bus over here, even though people run the stop signs all the time.
There are some buses that technically only run for school during school terms, but you can technically get on them if you wanted to.
See, I'd be fine if a public transportation company was running the kids but not allowing the public to get on the bus. I'd be fine with that. But if they were like contracting them to do that.
Yeah, but that's what
I
I mean.
wouldn't.
They do that. So, like Nibs buses here, they run the 52, 53, and 54, and they go from they run from the school. But I think it's the first 4 stops no general public can get on. But then once the school kids start getting off, then you can get on them. But you're an idiot if you get on one because then kids are gonna rip the fucking shit out of you. Like a pack of fucking wolves.
You try getting on a school bus and you're not an employee or a kid. Oh, that's bad, dude. You can get in a lot of
yeah,
trouble for just stepping on the bus.
there. But
Yeah,
you
'cause it's-
you guys don't have the same public transport network that we have.
No, like in some of the smaller cities, like where I live, we have a bus transportation and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
We have buses all over the bleeding place.
But the problem is, like I said before, America's so big, you got so many small little rural
Yeah.
towns everywhere.
See, that's the
that
thing
It's
as well.
not affordable to do that.
If you had a school, if you
problem
put some
with
of these
rural-
buses on school runs, yeah, kids would probably only get halfway home. You know, because the buses won't go down the road or
Right. Where here they have to take them home.
yeah.
There are some
Like,
rural villages where the bus only comes like twice a day.
like it's a federal law too. Like we're not allowed. We can leave a kid at the school with an administrator, but when we pick them up in the morning, even if they're suspended off the bus, like they got a suspension, we still by federal law have to pick that child up and take him to the school. And then the school has to deal with why he got on the bus when he knew he was suspended. But we cannot deny him a ride. Like we have
Yeah.
to take him. Like they're very strict about the buses. And if you push that panic button on the radio, yeah, you best you're about to get swarmed by like 30 sheriff's cars. And they're quick too. The two buses that I was behind that had to push the panic button because the kids were fighting.
Do the
Dude,
kids
it took
go buses
minutes.
pay the fare? Or is
Do
it
what?
all the kids
Do-
that go bus?
No, they don't pay anything. That's all free paid by the government. No, the school
Over here,
bus.
they got to pay over here.
Our school buses, you still have to pay.
No, dude, listen to this. Every time we transport a regular student one way, this isn't included, because they go two ways each day to go home and to go to school and come home. They get $500 and some per student from the federal government every day.
Per day.
And then if you're a special needs student, like somebody in a wheelchair, they get over $2,000.
What, per day?
Crazy.
Yes. Every time that student steps on the bus, whether he's
Yeah,
going to
now-
school or coming home.
So that bus could be running 20 kids, and they get £2,000
Well,
per kid for disabled.
No, it's 2,000 per special needs student, but
That's what I said.
500
So if
for a
they've got-
regular student.
Yeah, so if they've got a bus of 20, say, special needs,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's how much they're making. I could see
Yes.
why over there, yeah, they'll run an individual fucking bus.
Yeah, that's 40 grand.
Yeah, it's insane how much they pay. Like I
And
said,
other bus companies run by private companies on behalf of the government.
some school districts, they are contracted private companies. Ours are all county drivers, so all our employees work for the county. So we're paid before from the county. So the
Yeah.
county gets that money. And then, but you got to think too, every time they buy a new school bus, I don't know how much those things cost, but I'm assuming a couple $100,000 a piece. They have to buy 40 or 50 new buses every year to keep their fleet fresh because they use buses for about 16 years, I think. And then so when they get 50 new ones in, they push 50 of the oldest ones out and they go and auction them off at auctions and stuff. And then they just keep filtering new buses in every year, so many buses, because we got hundreds of buses in just our county.
I'm not surprised.
But like I said, when Trump said in that meeting, we spend more money per pupil on education, he was not fucking lying.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all, I'm
£2,000.
gonna
Get
jump
your
on.
fucking kid a limousine.
And now, mind you, David, that's
Catch you later,
£200,000.
Joe.
See y'all
Now that
later.
would be 200 or 2,000 pounds to go to school and 2,000 to go from school to home.
That's what I mean. For £2,000, you could send your kid in a fucking posh limousine, with a fucking butler opening the door.
But this is why they don't care to send a massive bus that can hold 40 students to take one student out 20 miles away from the school. They don't care. Dude, they make that money back in no time.
Yeah.
I mean, how many students are on your bus?
My bus about 30 altogether to 34. Depends on how many are there that day. But we got a total of 34 on our largest bus route.
So that's, and the majority of them aren't special needs, I would imagine.
Right. Yeah, I would say there's 2 or 3. The rest are all just regular students.
So you're
Yeah.
still talking, like, say, 30
A lot of fucking money.
30 at 500, that's 15 grand plus 3 at 2 grand.
But see, that's why we
Yeah.
also, being a county job, we get free health insurance we don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
We get guaranteed 6.5 hours a day, period, just for our normal route. So even if we only work 4 hours, we get paid the 6.5. Plus, we get another additional hour on our pay every day
Can stay
for
in place
driving
now as
expenses
appeal
going
court
back and forth.
rules.
Yeah, so you're talking that your bus makes about 70 grand a day.
Probably, roughly. But like I said, there's a lot of overhead and a lot of
Yeah,
like,
well, there isn't 70 grand's worth of overheads in a day. I mean,
but
bloody hell,
like, okay,
that's
so let me.
one day's payments makes you and the driver's wages.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you got to remember how expensive school buses are. They have hundreds of them, and then, like I said, and let me give you an example of extreme overhead. Right?
Yeah, they
We
might
have
have, but they're getting the same amount per day for each of them buses.
Yeah, pretty much for the most part. It could vary by a few thousand depending on if the students aren't there. Some might stay home that day. But like I said, like an example of extreme overhead is we have 9 areas in our county that the buses operate in. Each one of those 9 areas has an area manager, 2 assistants, and a payroll specialist that just does payroll for that area.
Yeah, that's still covered by one bus in one day.
Yeah, but still, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of overhead when literally if you did everything electronic, because they do a lot of paper still in their paperwork. It's a lot of paper and not computerized. If they just computerize their entire payroll system, they wouldn't need but 1 or 2 people to do it. But they got 9. You know?
I mean, how many buses have they got?
I want to say like 300 or 400. Probably more than that.
So you're talking.
Our bus yard right now has like over 200 in it.
You're talking.
There's 3 bus yards.
You're talking a couple of million a day in total for the fleet.
But then you're paying mechanics. You're paying, you know, each yard has a whole fleet of mechanics, like 20 guys that work in there.
Yeah, but a couple million pays all of the wage bills.
I know, but it does add up, though.
Dre said you just don't hold the students accountable anymore.
Yeah. They're making.
Oh, that's definitely a problem.
That's a big profit.
The teacher's got to have the power in the classroom, but then it's got to be matched with the parents at home too, though. But the school does not need to be raising your children.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that your biggest overhead on each of those buses in one day is fuel.
Well, here's my prediction, okay, guys, is that the way robots and AI is going, there isn't going to be any mechanics working on buses. There isn't going to be any drivers on buses.
I guarantee you in 30, 40 years, I would not be surprised if you saw a bus that was driving itself, picking up students, and you had maybe one person like a monitor on the bus to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, because you're young enough, Justin, to see that. I'm too old; I'll never see that. But they were talking today on one of the news channels. We're talking about how get ready because artificial intelligence and robots are going to take over a lot of these jobs.
Well, yeah, eventually you could have a bus yard that, you might have one mechanic per se, or somebody licensed to handle those robots, and they'll be there to keep an eye on them. But You know, eventually you'll be able to pull a bus into a garage and all these arms come out of nowhere and just start ripping the bus to pieces, boom, 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 down to where it needs to fix.
And to me, that's pretty scary.
I mean, look how they build them in the factories, the cars. How precise those robots and how quick they are.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
we're sorry about that.
there's a few things on the line that they still have to use people for to really get into a certain, but you know, a lot of it's all robotic arms now. That's why these kids sometimes they'll ask me, they'll be like, oh, I don't know what I want to go to college for. I'm like, anything with computers, AI, that's where the money's going to be.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's nearly 2:00, so I'm
Okay, Mark. And
That's David.
And
David.
Justin, I think we're going to pack it in. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
better.
pack it in, put it on the top shelf, and recontinue
We'll
it tomorrow.
start again tomorrow.
Reconvene.
Justin, hey, thank you for being here, buddy.
Yeah, catch you later, Justin.
Yep.
Bye for now.